right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the stream. Whoa, welcome. If you are new here, thank you guys so much for joining me today and waiting patiently, as always, for the intro to finish up there. I thought I went longer with the intro. Luckily, I didn't. I was kind of scrambling around. But yes, welcome back. We have another episode of Press X Podcast, and we have another host of topics to go over and talk about today. But before we get into any of that, we have Corey, the legend, Landiga. He comes in.
No hero.
And he does
Never
what he
was.
does. He kicks off
Never will
the week.
be.
He kicks off this Mother's Day with 5 membership gifts. And also, yes, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. And make sure if you didn't, you wish your mother or any mother you may know a happy Mother's Day. And Corey, thank you for the 5 member gifts, man. I'm going to add that to the goal here. Am I feeling better? Am I okay now? Well, let me tell you. In case you can't tell, something's different. Something's very different. This isn't really MBG. No, I'm just kidding. I'm his twin brother. It turns out, yes, I'm MBG's twin. MBG is incapacitated currently. Kidding, of course. Could you imagine if I wasn't kidding? Doppelganger. Yeah, there we go. Doppelganger, even better. Sorry. I'm going to add these gifts. So I'm going to run down in a minute here the topics we're going to talk about today. GTA 6 copium time? Absolutely. Absolutely. It is that time. Happy Mother's Day to Mrs. MBG. Yes. Got her some Mother's Day gifts. She's heading over to her mom's, actually. Got a new yes. Clark. Bro. The angle, it is really high. I'm using a standing desk for the first time. And this thing is like here, bro. So the camera is like here. But I have to do this because I don't know, dude. Like, I've been talking to you guys. I ended up getting more tests done with my neck. And I'll give you guys an update on that situation, let you know what's going on. Generic white male, a member. I know I could turn my neck, right? A member for 24 months. Thank you for that. And he says, how you feeling? You look better. Thank you. I might look tired. I feel so tired. I'm exhausted, dude. I'm exhausted. Let me tell you. You don't know what it's like to sleep good or pain-free until you're in pain, obviously, right? But yeah, so before we get into any of the topics, I'll provide you guys with an update here. I got more testing done. I got like a CT scan done. And what the doctor told me basically is I have significant disc degeneration on my C6 and C7, which is basically like here. And apparently he told me that I have a disc herniation on my C7, which is causing a pinched nerve, which has been the cause of my excruciating pain that has not been relieved. It's been quite literally. I mean, look, I consider myself a pretty tough person. I can take a lot of pain, but it's taken me out, man. And so at this point, you know, I was referred to a spine doctor. I'm going to see the same doctor that Mrs. MBG sees. And you know, from that point forward, I was basically just I was doing my own research and trying to find out, like, you know, why would it be this way? And it's lifestyle. It's why I decided to buy this standing desk, because I mean, I wasn't thinking about it. And I think anybody who does it doesn't really think about it, but it's like, if I start doing my work for the day at like 8:30 in the morning, you know, I start by sitting at my desk, and most of the time I'm looking slightly down. You know, most of the time I'm hunched over, you know, or I'm just kind of slouched. And the same thing when I'm playing video games, not thinking about my posture. And then here's the kicker of it all. In between all of that, I'm pulling out my phone, you know, looking down, looking down, looking down. So it's not the least bit surprising to me to find out that I have such significant and severe disc degeneration in that spot specifically, because that's literally the spot where, you know, when you look down, you know, um, one of the reasons I wanted to get the standing desk was so I could avoid all of that. Like I'm literally, this is my posture, bro. I'm dead center with the chat right now. I'm locked in. Great posture, you know. Couldn't do that with my other desk. It was a static, you know, it was at a fixed position. So I would try to adjust my chair, but even my chair would only go so high or so low. So hopefully this investment will be worth it. And I don't know, it feels interesting to stream standing. I feel more energetic. I am still in pain. So, you know, I'm going to do the best I can with this stream today. I have, you see those little dumbbells behind me over there. It's because I'm going to have to be, I don't know. I'm going to have to be, doing a little bit of physical therapy, light lifting, you know, but strengthening certain muscles that are extremely weak. That's why I'm so messed up. You know, the research I was doing, there's basically certain neck muscles and back muscles that are incredibly weak. They're not like they're not like your lats or anything like that. Like the smaller, more intricate, nuanced muscles that are either activated or not activated, you know, when you're just kind of sitting there and whatever. So I got a long road ahead of me. But you know, we'll see how long I can do this stream today. I've never streamed standing. What the hell is that noise? What is that? What did you just do? Did you guys hear that? He just came crashing through the... What? Bro, what the fuck was that? What was that? Dude, did anybody just see that? Bro, he just jumped on me. He tried to jump. He climbed me and tried to get to the top of my head. What the fuck was that? I'm scared. Dude, I am legit. Are you kidding me? This is already ruined. This is already ruined. Oh no. I'm going to stream standing up. I'm going to buy a standing desk and my cat thinks he's going to fucking climb me. Oh, dude, I'm scared. You know what? Hold on. I'm putting that shit behind me, man. Oh, man. That's... Dude, he's never, ever done anything like that. That is insane. I don't know what the hell has gotten into that cat. I'm going to have to keep an eye out for him. All right. Well, this stream's off to a fantastic start. Did your doctor think GTA 6 is going to be the state of play? He did. He did, yes. He informed me. He's from the street. Dude, he is from the streets. That's insane. All right, well... Oh... Now my cat, he's rattled me. He's rattled my cage. He's the alpha, bro. Well, yeah, we are going to be talking about that today. It seems like there's a big thing that's about to go down with GTA 6 and potentially PlayStation as well. So we're going to be talking about that. We're also going to be talking about how Sony is making it clear that they're not giving up on Marathon. They're not doing it. Surprisingly. They're not pulling a Concord with Marathon. They're not giving up on it, but they do make it clear that they are completely relying on Wolverine and even Saros to kind of carry them, you know, throughout the rest of this year. We're also going to be talking about digital versus physical. Apparently, digital games now make up 78% of all PlayStation games sold. Oh, yeah, Marvel's Tokon as well. Thank you, Raven. I always forget about that game. I don't know why. Like, I think about the games that Sony's releasing this year, and that game just doesn't pop in my mind whatsoever. I always have to be reminded. And we're also going to be talking about a report that apparently 62% of hardcore gamers don't pay full price for their games. So I don't know. What's going on there? We'll talk about all this stuff. And we'll talk about probably some other random stuff as well. Hey. Don't do it. Don't do it. Damn cat. Oh, God. Oh, man. All right. Steelers are saying he knows you're weak right now and is looking to dethrone you as the alpha. Where'd he go? Shit, man. I don't know. You might be right, Steelers. You might be right, bro. All right. MBG, if you get a chance, watch the Uncharted 4 video about Amy Hennig's Uncharted 4. It's by the Kempe. It's closure of Amy Hennig's Uncharted 4. Yeah, I'll see if I can get around to that. I don't know if I'll be able to do it on stream, but I might check that out later. We were just talking about that recently, about the whole situation with Uncharted that went down. And it's interesting because today actually marks the 10th anniversary of Uncharted 4, which is crazy, dude, because, I mean, it feels like 2016 really wasn't actually 10 years ago, but... Oh, guys, I have also a small announcement to make. Did I make this announcement on my last stream? I don't think I did. Maybe I did. It doesn't feel like I did. I got another cat. That's not him. That was Clark. Now, I've had this cat for like over a week, but I haven't said anything. Now, hold up. I know. It's like, MBG, bro, you are becoming the crazy cat man. What is going on? MBG, are you okay, bro? I'm fine. Now, listen, I had no intentions of getting another cat. Famous last words. I had no intention of getting another cat. However, this cat, I don't know if he's going to show up today. He may not. He's big. This is a big boy. This guy makes boss look small, in my opinion. He's a big boy, all right? And Detective Seeds comes in. Detective Seeds coming in out of nowhere. He's like, new cat. Here's 20 member gifts. Here's 20 member gifts for the big boy. Detective Seeds, bro.
Holy shit.
Thank you so much for that, man. That is incredibly kind of you. Corey dropped 5. You just dropped 20 and killed the first goal of the day. You guys just tag teamed that and destroyed it. And Michael Werneth sent Turn It Up for 800 joules. Hell yeah. Michael Werneth's getting excited. It's like a tiger, not like a tiger. The leak guy, Detective Seeds? Yes. Yeah, that is the Detective Seeds. The detective. The one that's a detective. I just smashed my desk. I got to get used to this. This is so different for me. I like this. I'm not going to lie. I like this a lot. I'm feeling the energy. Still in pain, but I'm feeling the energy, man. I just got to be careful not to knock this thing over. That's the next thing that's going to go wrong. The cat's going to try to jump up here, knock everything over. The leak guy, yeah. That's Detective Seeds. He's the leak guy. I call him the blue point guy. The blue point guy. People are crazy, man. People are crazy. Like, dude, Detective Seeds, I don't know if it was a couple weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, I think. People were like fighting me because I think I had mentioned something. I forget what I was talking about, but you had come up and I was like telling people like, bro, he got the Bloodborne and Blue Point thing before Jason Schreier. And people are just like, no. The internet's a crazy place, man. I don't understand it. The internet is a crazy place. I've had to just relegate my Twitter to just being like not engagement bait. I'm not trying to bait people, but just trying to engage with people and ask questions, because it's you just can't take anything seriously, man. Over there, I couldn't believe it. Well, I guess I can believe it. You can still stop yourself midstream a few more years. Big Tech, you're asking why am I standing? Oh, and Michael Wernath, he said he sent press F for 10 jewels. Thank you for your jewels, Michael. I'll take all the jewels, bro. No, I don't know if I'll take all the jewels. Michael, you like these jewels, don't you? You like them. Why do you like the jewels so much? It's new. It's novel. Why am I standing? Asks Big Tech. I got a standing desk. Also because of my back and my neck. I basically found out that I have a herniated disc in my neck. Is the mic sensitivity low? Is it too low? Hold on, let me turn it up a little bit. Maybe that. Is that good? Hopefully that's better. And Corey the Legend Landiga, he comes in, he drops another 20 on you guys. Corey drops another 20 member gifts. Boom, boom. Back to back. Detective Seeds comes in, he drops 20. Corey's like, hey, I ain't done yet. Let me get a couple sound. Oh, God. Clark, please. Please don't hurt me. And now the jewels that Michael dropped are finally playing. And Hellbound 1981, another legend. We got a full-blown member train going. Press F for the member train. Hellbound drops 5 more. You guys are exploding today with the member gifts. We're at 50. You guys are going to make me drum at the end of the stream. Schmidt says, thank you so much, Corey. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much, really. This past week has been absolutely brutal across the board. So really appreciate you getting us off to a very strong start with support here. Let me update the member goal, though, so you can see that. And we will feed the beast. Now, here's the thing. I was talking about my new cat. He's my cousin's cat, my late cousin. Okay? He doesn't like treats. Well, at least not the ones I give boss. Clark, what are you doing, bro? What is this guy doing? Stop. That's what this symbol's going to turn into. Drum with caution. Yeah, it's just going to be like, that's what's going to have to be. Exploding like MBG's disc, pretty much. We will see if boss will come down here, though. We'll give him, before we dive into the topics, since you guys killed the goals nice and early, what's Clark doing? Dude, so I got a cat tower next to me here, and he's just standing there, like, getting ready to pounce. I don't know. Dude, I thought Steelers was joking. I don't think he is. I think Clark senses I'm weak. He senses I'm in a weakened state. He's already trying to establish dominance over the new guy. The new cat, by the way. So I just want to explain, because I think a lot of people are it's like MBG has officially become the crazy cat guy. So as you guys know, about a year and a half ago, I cannot believe it's been a year and a half. What is time, man? Seriously. But as you guys know, like a year and a half ago, my cousin passed away very tragically and horrifically. I don't want to think about it or talk about it. But he had a cat, and originally I thought maybe I was going to have to take him in, but my aunt wanted to keep the cat, obviously, but she has like problems with her knees and her hips, but she wanted to see if she could take care of him. And she did for like the last year and a half, but she contacted me recently and asked, if I'd be willing to take him. It's like, yeah, of course, how could I say no to that? On a aside here, though, Detective Seeds, you're saying, sorry if off topic, but did you like Saros? Finished the platinum a few days ago. I'm loving Saros, dude. I'm struggling with it more than I thought I would. I think it Maybe it's because I'm in like constant pain the past week and I'm just sucking at the game. It's affecting my performance in it. But I'm at the boss in the 4th biome, so I think I'm getting close to beating it. Feels like I am. Incredible game. I think so. I'm loving it. I do think so far, I think Returnal is the better game, ultimately. But Saros, the gameplay, the art direction, even the performances are really good. I'm digging it a lot. So I've been trying to get my playtime, and I think I have like 17 hours in it or something so far. Oh, thank you for that, man. Yeah. Yeah, it was extremely tragic. Like I still struggle with it. I really do. Like, not to get too real, but it's like the way my cousin passed away, dude. I can't. Yeah, I don't know. I try not to dwell on it too much. You know, there's nothing I can do. But yeah, my aunt, she contacted me about like a week and a half ago, asking me if we'd be willing to take the cat in because, you know, she just can't take care of him anymore. She's getting older, you know, or she's having problems with her body. And so we're, you know, it's like, yeah, we'll take him. And his name, okay, his name is Papa. He's not the oldest cat though. I think he's like 5 years old, 5 or 6 years old. His name is Papa. We've been calling him Pop a little bit, you know, for short. And he is massive. Dude, I don't I don't know how this cat is. He's the biggest cat I've ever seen. I thought Luna was massive. I thought Boss, I mean, maybe Boss is the most comparable, but this cat's huge. I mean, dude, he's like this big, bro. I don't know if he'll come in today. He might come in, he might not. He's been really struggling. He's been trying to get used to it because he's never been around other cats, and we got 4 other cats here. So, you know, him being thrown into a new home, a new environment, plus there's now cats. He's getting along well though. He's been coming out more. This chair behind me here, this one, that's his spot. He found it and he's like, I'm just going to lay here. The only cat that's given him problems, Papa John, the only cat that's giving him some problems is Clark, dude. Like, I don't know what the hell is wrong with Clark. I guess it's because he's from the streets, but he's like, he just won't stop messing with him. And I have to like shoo him away. Like, Clark, leave him alone, bro. He's trying to get integrated here. All the other cats are either nervous towards him or totally fine. But he's a good cat. I felt really bad for him when we first brought him in because he was so scared and confused and, you know, he didn't know what was going on and he was growling and he was really upset. And, you know, I'm just like, hey, man, yo, here's your food. Here's your water. You take as long as you need. I'll try to keep Clark under control. But he's getting along well. And I can't wait for you guys to see him because he's huge, dude. And I'll say one last thing before we actually get into the gaming topics. If you see Papa, if he shows up at any point, whether it be today or another, you might think it's Leia because he looks like Leia. But you're going to think like, wow, Leia got really fat. Like Leia got really big. What happened? It's not Leia. It's not Leia. What is that? That's weird. Detective Seeds, you're saying I have lost a lot of brothers, and you have my DM and number. If you ever hit a moment that you need to talk, games unite us, and more than happy to be there if you need to talk offline, brother. Well, thank you so much for that, Detective Seeds. It's very kind of you, dude. I appreciate that. I'm sorry to hear about your losses as well. Life's a crazy thing, dude. It really is. But I really appreciate you guys. You guys always show up for me. You know, you're always here for me. I mean, we've done a couple of, you know, back when my cousin did pass away, we did a few streams where I dedicated those streams to him and reminiscing and talking about that. And yeah, that's the thing with my cousin. And that's what's crazy, man. Dude, I know this sounds so crazy, but when my aunt was here the other day, you know, obviously she's beyond devastated. She lost her son. She's never going to get over that, obviously. But the thing about my cousin is he had a couple of YouTube channels. I'm not going to share them with you guys. But he had a couple of YouTube channels, and there was a random YouTube channel he made that I don't think she knew about. My aunt, I don't think she knew about this channel. And so when she was over here, I was like, do you know that, like, you know, my cousin, he had this YouTube channel? And she didn't know, and I showed her, and he just had random stuff on there. But one of it made me laugh, but also it made me incredibly sad because he had a short on his channel. This was from like 2 years ago, where he was using like a face filter and doing like a really stupid voice, and he was saying like, so he's like, so and so is happening, like something was happening before GTA 6, and he's like, can somebody tell me when GTA 6 is coming? Can somebody please tell me when GTA 6 is going to release? And I was laughing because I'm like sitting here, I'm like, here we are, literally like 2.5, 3 years later. It's like we still haven't gotten GTA 6. But it also made me just a little bit sad because I'm like, damn, man, GTA was his game. That was the game. And it is crazy now that we're getting to a point, we're getting to a point. Clark, I'm gonna fucking lose it, bro. There's no way you just did that. Oh my God. Hold on. Wait, what is going on here? Sorry. I'm sorry. Dude, I know I just got totally hold on. I don't know if it'll let me see if it'll show you. You see that? You see that thing on that's a I don't want to unplug my camera. Hold on. You can see the other room. Bro, I have had it with this cat. He just knocked it over. He just said F it. Like, what is he doing? What is he doing? So, yeah, you see the other half of the basement there. All right, let me readjust this. I can't believe him. There we go. I can't believe him, dude. I'm sorry. I just wanted to talk. I wanted to use that as a segue to start talking about GTA 6. Can't do that though. Can't do that because Clark's like, I'm just gonna destroy you and your setup here. He's so fat. He's not even, dude. He's the skinniest cat. He's so strong. He's busting through the walls now. All right. Anyway, yeah. The point is, my cousin was extremely excited for GTA 6. Unfortunately, he won't be here with us to enjoy it, but we will enjoy it in his honor, and we will look forward to potentially what's coming up next here in his honor. All right. Clark will humble me. Yeah, yeah, seemingly. Guys, we're going to dive into the first set of topics here. All right, we're going to get into this discussion. We had a longer than normal intro, and thank you guys once again for your support. I also just realized I didn't. Hold on, I can't do reps today. Maybe I don't know. Can I do reps? Hold on, do some little baby reps. I gotta do my therapy reps. All right, topic time. GTA 6. GTA 6. GTA 6. That's the topic. I'm not pushing myself. No, this actually feels good. I've been noticing that trying to move more helps a lot. So we do have a GTA 6 topic. Guys, seems like it's going to be a big week. It's going to be a big week for GTA 6 based off of what we're hearing. He's over here. Lightweight, baby. Literally, baby weight. Got them baby weights. But no, in all seriousness, Sony is signaling. I don't know if you saw, but Sony is signaling that, I mean, people are starting to lose it. I have a whole list here. We're going to run it down. We're going to run it down. There's like a whole conspiracy about why this upcoming week, literally this week, we're about to get some major announcements, or at least a major announcement regarding GTA. I got to do this for Corey, bro. I can't keep him hanging like that. Dr. MBG, don't lift any weights. MBG while pressing huge weights, for sure. Yeah, huge weights, man. I'm trying to get boss down here. All right, but his name is Johnson. All right, Clark, you're first up. Please get off my desk. Oh my God. Come on. All right, I'm going to bring this up. I'm sorry, God. I shouldn't even try to have topics on my streams anymore, dude. Is there even a point? Just announced removal is a visual glitch. You think the just announced removal is just a visual glitch? Okay. What is that? Wait, what are you referencing there? Yeah, I got to give him his treats first. Whiskey Gaming. So obviously at this point, the PO box, we're still going to do it. I've just had no choice but to push it off for a myriad of reasons that I'm not going to get into right now. I will say this though, Whiskey, it is coming. I would say, hold on, let me check something real quick here. There is a chance by Sunday the 24th. Come back here. I mean, I prefer if you stay, Whiskey. You know that. You know I got you, bro. But if you're going to head out, come back and check on the 24th. That might be when it's ready to go. Or within that week. All right? And, yeah, I don't know. I was like, I got to figure out a spot where I'm going to put that thing, too. I think it could go nice in the back there, maybe. Shadowlink, what's going on, man? Is that a standing setup? It is. Didn't you hear the news, Shadowlink? I didn't see you this week, bro. Or last week. Yeah, I like herniated a disc in my neck. I'm all messed up. So I do invest in a standing desk. And it's helping a lot, dude. Let me tell you, like even just standing up straight is helping so much. So I feel like it looks good. Hopefully it looks good on your end. I like the way it turned out. Did you see the mixtape game, MBG? I've seen people talking about it. I don't know anything about it. I just saw it got a 10 out of 10 on IGN. That's all I know. What are your topics? Delete those. There's rumors that Sony removed the just announced description from GTA 6 because they're preparing for its massive pre-orders next week. How's the neck? It's slowly getting better. You're on vacation. Bro, see what happens when you go on vacation, Shadowlink? Shadowlink goes on vacation and I damn near break my neck. This is his fault. You did this. Xbox did this to me. It's Xbox's fault. No, it's all good, man. I hope you enjoyed your vacation, though. State of play next month. more likely. All right, well, let's run down this list here. Let me bring it up. Okay, so Sony, no, wait, wrong one. Compilation of recent GTA 6 rumors/leaks pointing toward a reveal next week. Wait, what? Oh, okay, never mind. Recently, there's been an increase in rumors and potential leaks that point towards something happening with GTA 6. Instead of posting yet another post of a GTA 6 rumor, I figured I would try to compile all of the things that have happened within the past month or so that it actually gives some credence towards a reveal coming up next week, or at least something happening with the game this month. First up, the earnings call. The main reason a lot of people have been suspecting this month in particular, besides the fact that the game is supposedly coming out in 6 months, if it isn't delayed, is because Rockstar has their Q4 2026 earnings call on May 21st. While this itself is not proof that anything will happen during it, there's some reason to believe that if the game is going to either get delayed or keep its November 2026 release date, Rockstar would have to announce something close to their earnings call coming up this month to tell investors whether or not it's going to hit its targeted date. A user on the GTA 6 subreddit posted a helpful guide back in March showing the dates of GTA 5, Red Dead 2, and GTA 6's trailers, screenshot releases, pre-orders, and delays, along with Rockstar's earnings call, or earning calls. It's worth pointing out by itself that for all three games, 18 out of the 19 different marketing and promotional events listed all took place within a month of the closest earnings call, with the exception of Red Dead 2's trailer number 2 releasing a month and a half before the earnings call. This, along with both GTA 5 and Red Dead 2 having trailers released roughly 6 months before both game releases, gives some credence towards something actually happening this month. So that's bullet number 1. Okay? That's bullet number 1. Bullet number 2, Xbox sucks. Here's why. No, sorry. Save that for later. I'll save that for another time. Bullet point number 2, launch marketing. Leading a bit off of the earnings call talk during the last earnings call in February 2026, Take-Two stated, quote, "We are highly confident as we approach fiscal year 27, which promises to be a groundbreaking one for Take-Two and the entire entertainment industry, led by the November 19th release of GTA 6 with Rockstar's launch marketing set to begin this summer." Again, whether or not the game gets delayed, we would still have to know within the next month or two, since marketing would end up starting within the next few weeks. The Glassdoor review, bullet point number 3. On May 1st, a review was posted onto Glassdoor by a supposed employee working as a QA analyst at Rockstar in India, citing worsened crunch and pressure on employees as of recent. While it's important to note that it's completely possible the review could be fake, since it's from an anonymous Glassdoor user, it's unfortunately very realistic that employees will be suffering increased crunch as the game approaches its release date, even if it does get delayed suddenly. Bullet point number 4, extra rumors and leaks. This is going to be a rapid fire one, since these are a lot less credible. Games Radar, GTA 6 o'clock podcast. They say that they are more confident on the date due to, quote, whispers on the wind, but aren't in a position to say with 100% certainty. Here's the big one. Okay, this is a big one. PlayStation is sending out emails. For those without a PlayStation 5 and have their account, have a PSN account or like playing online, they're playing GTA 5 online, Sony is like now aggressively sending out emails basically telling them, hey, it's time to upgrade. Yep, buckle up. They're sending a signal. To me, this is a big one. I think this is a big one. I think the fact that Sony is now aggressively trying to let people know, specifically PS4 players, specifically people who are playing GTA 5 online and are clearly going to want to play GTA 5 and the next iteration of online. Hey, heads up. Yeah, buckle up, Buttercup. It's coming. It's coming. So that happened just, I think, in the last 48 hours. The PlayStation Store currently has an empty deals page with a promotion for their next sale on Wednesday, May 13th. Supposedly, this isn't something that happens, and there's speculation that it may be for having less stress on the servers ahead of pre-orders going up next week. This is conjecture, though. It could literally just be Sony being Sony. This is interesting. This is very interesting because, yes, people were baffled, bro. Like, we have never apparently seen Sony not have a sales page. Like, people were actually panicking. They were panicking to a point where, like, oh my God, they're not doing sales anymore. I'm like, what? Why would you think that? But it's very plausible. Like, this game, what isn't plausible but is guaranteed, this game, that being GTA 6, when pre-orders open, it's going to break servers. Hashtag free Rich Rod. Hey, like I said, he was never banned. He was never banned. He's just not a mod. He was never banned. But the thing is, guys, GTA 6, when pre-orders go up, it's going to break servers. It's going to immediately, within moments, hit a record number of people pre-ordering all at one time. The idea that Sony intentionally made sure to do everything they could to reduce the server load for the specific window of time. Such a tall camera view. Very high. Yes, it is a very high camera view. I was thinking about just putting it on the ceiling. But yeah, this does make sense to me. It's not something that I immediately thought of, but it makes sense. But continuing on here, says this one's going to be a doozy to explain. The Reddit user Musings15 posted on the GTA 6 subreddit that they had received a work email regarding GTA 6 pre-orders. However, the post was deleted by the author. They still have a screenshot of the post, however, along with some comments that were posted before the user privated their account. They claimed they wouldn't want to get fired or sued. Around the same time, the user B7 Brightside on Twitter posted that they work as a large UK game retailer and also had received a work email, a press pack, regarding pre-orders, with the game costing £70 slash euros, and pre-orders would be opening May 12th. However, this user also privated their account once the tweet started getting more attention. It's worth pointing out that the Reddit account had posted earlier that they worked for the UK retailer Smiths in an unrelated post. So it's possible, but not confirmed, that both accounts belong to the same person. Again, this is dubious information, and anyone on the internet can lie for 15 seconds of fame, but, you know, they figured they would at least mention it. And then you also have, finally here, there are a couple of things I purposely left off, like the CEO of Take-Two posting multiple different comments, supposedly being proof of the game not being delayed, mostly because it's either obvious publicity talk or public speak, rumors that are just early guesses, or just plain delusion. Anyway, guys, all this is to say, yeah, we might want to buckle up, because it's seemingly looking like something's about to go down. Now, here's a question I have, right? If this is all true, if it's true that something is going to go down this week with GTA 6, with PlayStation, what's this going to look like? I mean, is it literally just going to be, wake up, time to pre-order GTA 6, go? No trailer, no nothing, just there you go. I don't think it could work that way, because surely if they're going to open pre-orders, they're going to have, they're going to have different editions. Surely. Like, I can't imagine there's just going to be one version of GTA 6. So this leads me to think that there's going to be I don't want to say like an event. I don't think it's going to be an event. I mean, it will itself be an event, but I'm thinking they're going to basically drop a new trailer, and at the end of it, they're going to announce pre-orders are opening. I think there's going to be a PlayStation blog. I said it. I said, yeah, that's right. That's right. And in that PlayStation blog, Sony and Rockstar are going to announce console exclusive. Console exclusive, baby. No, I'm just kidding. But I do think there will be a PlayStation blog. I think that this is going to be a coordinated attack. Hell, maybe even an Xbox Wire post. And I think you'll be able to, it's going to take over the internet. It's gonna take over the internet. Stop it. Rockstar is going to blow out the marketing for GTA 6, make a huge deal of it all. Well, let's talk about the importance of GTA 6 for PlayStation. So, I was scrolling Twitter a little bit this morning, and I came across it again, the last trailer. If you guys remember, after they posted trailer number 2, they reposted it, and they wanted to, the official Rockstar Twitter account said this was captured entirely on a PlayStation 5. And, that stirred the pot quite a bit because a lot of people were, they were not necessarily believing fully. They were not necessarily believing that, that a game that looks that good with that level of detail was just straight up captured on a base PS5. And, that prompted Rockstar to clarify and inform everybody like, oh, no, it is. That's exactly what it is. GTA 6, is it basically a PlayStation exclusive? No. I mean, I don't see it that way. I understand why some people view it that way. But to me, GTA 6, it's not that it's like a PlayStation exclusive. It's just more along the lines of it's the biggest asset PlayStation has. I talk about, every time we talk about GTA 6, I mention this, and this isn't to downplay Sony's own studios or their own games. This isn't to downplay the other big third-party games that release on PlayStation, but the reality, I think, for a game like GTA 6 and PlayStation, or being on the PlayStation platform, that being the lead platform, is that it is going to trounce quite literally every conceivable thing that exists on PlayStation or will exist on PlayStation by a lot. By a lot. I don't know if I can say that about GTA Online per se. We'll see what happens with GTA Online. But at least when it comes to this game launching, how many copies it's going to sell, how many people are going to be playing GTA 6 on PlayStation 5 come the week of November 19th, and even the months after, nothing will get close. Nothing will even remotely get close. There are going to be people who don't play it. There are going to be people who don't buy it. I'm not trying to make it sound like literally every single person who bought a PlayStation is going to buy this game. I'm not saying that. But the reality of the situation is that Sony does seem to be aware of how important and how vital this game is going to be for their platform, how important it's going to be for their console. I mean, it is safe to say that GTA 6 will, I'll say, pretty easily push the PS5 over. I mean, Modern Warfare 4 is coming out. I think it's rumored to come out in October. It'll do well. It's Call of Duty, and it's Modern Warfare. I'm sure it'll do very well. But it's not, Call of Duty is going to eat Modern Warfare 4's lunch. That's the truth. And that I say that confidently. And I think Modern Warfare 4 is going to do just fine. It's just that GTA 6 is going to do so much better. Like, the world economy is going to crumble. Yeah, basically. That's what GTA 6 is going to end up doing. Where's Wolverine? I mean, dude, they keep saying spring. Do keep in mind, spring ends June 21st. Have I played Mixtape? I have not. I have not played Mixtape. Gavin Hillick with a €5 super chat. Thank you for that, Gavin. He says, Smith's is an Irish toy shop, not British games. And they're also €80 RRP, not 70. Dubious indeed. Thank you for pointing that out, Gavin. Yeah, I wouldn't have known. I appreciate you pointing that out. Uh-oh. Some attention seekers, perhaps. Well, let's talk about that for a moment. Is there a state of play coming up? Is it possible that GTA could be featured at the next state of play? I don't know why people think it's impossible, but it could happen. Now, to be clear, I don't think there's a state of play next week. I'm not saying that there's going to be a state of play next week, and then that's where they're going to get, that's where we're going to get the announcement of like, oh yeah, GTA 6 pre-orders are opening. I'm not saying that. I'm just simply saying that the idea that Sony will be doing a state of play late May, early June, perhaps, and we could get another GTA 6 trailer. Like, it's just assuming when the pre-orders open. Assuming the pre-orders open this week, and then we get like a barrage, basically, of GTA 6 marketing after that, it could show up anywhere. It could show up anywhere, man. You don't think any other game is going to top GTA 6's hype and momentum? I agree. I don't think so. I don't think anything can. I think, games like Wolverine will be big, but it can't touch GTA 6. I say that as somebody who's very excited for Wolverine. Looking forward to playing Mixtape tonight. Smurf. Yeah, I don't know. People keep asking me about that game. I haven't really looked into it. When do you expect people to buy PS5 after the trailer or after the game is released? I think people are going to buy PS5s leading into a month before. That's I think a lot of people will hold off. I think a lot of people are holding off right now where they're like, we'll see. Or I'll wait for it on PC or whatever. And I think it's easy to do that because it's like, yeah, they're not beating you over the head with this game. Listen, man, I always talk like this when it comes to GTA 6. I don't think people are prepared, truly, for what's going to happen the month leading into the launch of GTA 6. I don't try to I know I always tend to overhype it and overstate it, but it's like, it's going to be impossible. It's going to be I'll put it to you this way. There are going to be people where right now, they'll tell you, I don't care about GTA 6 at all. I don't care about it. I'm not going to play it. I do not care. You're going to see those people start to go out and buy it because it's going to be a black hole. Trust me. Trust me on this one. Trust me. I'm not trying to be a GTA fanboy here, but people don't seem to understand that it's so easy to look over or overlook, I should say, GTA 6 right now, or it has been for the last year, because they don't say anything. They don't show you anything. They don't say anything. Honestly, the only noise you hear are from people hoping for things, making up rumors or speculating or just talking about it for the sake of talking about it. When the marketing kicks off, you're not going to escape this game. It's going to find you. And it's going to make you play it. Okay? That's what's going to happen. I'm not saying you'll enjoy it. I'm not saying you'll enjoy it. I'm saying the FOMO will get to you. It will. Kainsey7, you're saying, who even cares about Grand Theft Auto 6? I'm tired of this hype. In a lot of parentheses. A lot of better games came out this year, so I won't buy it. Never played any. You're going to buy it. You're going to buy it. Kane, that sounds like somebody who's afraid they're going to buy it. I mean, look, maybe I am being a little bit hyperbolic. I'm not saying literally everybody's going to buy it. There will be people who don't. I'm just saying that when the marketing really ramps up and kicks into full gear, you're going to see this game take over the industry. And when I say the industry, I mean the entire industry, including games media coverage, you will not see anybody talking about anything other than GTA 6 for at least like 2 months, maybe longer than that. It's going to be cataclysmic. And so what I think that's going to result in is I think what's going to push certain people over the edge to buy GTA and specifically to buy PS5s is once that really starts to sink in, where it's like, it's not just trailer number 3. It's not just pre-orders. It's every single week they're announcing something new at this game. Every single week they're showing something new of this game. Every single week it's it's in your feed somewhere. And I think it's just going to be a matter of whittling people down. It's going to break them down. Where it's kind of like I mean, more recently, I'm not saying they're the same, they're not the same, but it reminds me a little bit of like Crimson Desert. Where like leading up to the launch of that, it broke a lot of people down. Where I think there were a lot of people who weren't interested in Crimson Desert, didn't care about it. But the 2 weeks leading to the launch, where it would not leave your face. You couldn't go anywhere without seeing it. I think that made a lot of people just be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get it, dude." Screw. I almost did, and I knew that game wasn't gonna be for me. I just knew it, after watching the reviews and stuff. So, and that's for Crimson Desert, dude. That's for Crimson Desert. Where's Pop? He's probably sleeping in the other side of the basement. New Soul 9 with a $2 super chat. You're saying MBG, the CEO of Rockstar, is not going to cave in. What do you mean by that, New Soul? Oh, I did see a quote from the CEO of, I think, Take-Two Interactive, Strauss Zelnick, where he said he saw a demonstration of GTA 6, and he said it's like amazing. But he's like, yeah, I didn't play it. I'm not a gamer. I'm like, what? I mean, it's fine. I get it. But I'm like, what? I'm surprised Boss hasn't shown up yet. Oh, man. I feel so much more mobile standing and streaming. But man, yeah, it's making me. I'm gonna walk standing, not standing, a desk treadmill. That's what I'm gonna do next. Then I'm really gonna get the blood flowing, dude. By the way, guys, do me a favor as we continue our conversation. If you are enjoying today's stream, if you're enjoying the conversation, please take a moment and hit that like button. We're sitting at 94 likes. We're very close to 100. I'd really appreciate that. And if you want to support the channel directly, consider becoming a channel member. Consider gifting memberships, super chats, direct donations. We're completely fan funded here. We're sponsor free. I prefer to keep it that way. So if you want to help support, consider doing so. And a big shout out to all of those who do. Thank you, guys. I could not do what I do here without you. But yeah, like a state of play coming. I'm not saying that that's like the only place a new GTA 6 trailer would show up. I'm just saying once the marketing for GTA 6 kicks off, you could start to see it show up. You could see it at a state of play. You could see it at the Xbox showcase. You could see it at Summer Game Fest. I mean, you could see it everywhere. Because once the whole purpose of the marketing is to oversaturate, perhaps. How do you feel about the age verification coming to PlayStation? They say they will take certain features away. Will PSN be half price if you don't comply? It will not be half price if you don't comply, no. I think if you don't comply, you're going to be limited. My feelings on it, I mean, I'll keep it brief, but it's just, I think that the intention is good, like, just on paper. It's like, oh, we want to protect the kids. But it's kind of been proven that some of these companies, these third-party companies that are involved in this, are doing shady stuff. So it's like, you know, when people are like, I don't believe you, you probably are lying and have more nefarious things in mind. And yeah, when it comes to Sony, I mean, Sony has no choice. Sony has no choice but to comply with the UK law. You know, they would get in severe trouble if they didn't. But in terms of the whole reason behind why they're even doing any of it, I don't know. I think so. I get it. Like I'm all about protecting the children, but I think that there's just some shady stuff going on behind the scenes that people, you know, that people are proving, and they're like, bro, why would we trust you? Why would we trust the government? You know, when has the government been truthful? But I don't know. I think truthfully, most people are just gonna be like, whatever, bro. Who cares? I just say that because it's just like, yeah, whatever. Here's my ID. I'm as old as I say I am. Leave me alone now. And then they won't bother you again. But all about surveillance and censorship. You don't know how bad it is without free speech protection like you have in the US. No, I mean I can imagine how bad it can get. I don't know what it's like, but I know that it's a very slippery slope. You know, free speech is important, obviously, but I don't know. I guess it all depends on who's really behind it all. But let me see. Continuing to talk about GTA 6 here. Oh, wait, Sackboy, you're saying Xbox has to do the same thing and people are blaming Sony and Microsoft instead of the UK government. Damn them. This is Sony's fault and Microsoft's. You know what? How about it's just all Microsoft's fault? That sounds better. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. We also have a super chat from Mario B. Thank you, man. He says, everybody's going to cave at some point. GTA 6 is so big that it wouldn't surprise me if PS5 owners upgrade to the PS5 Pro just for GTA 6. Yes. Yeah, see, you get it, Mario. You get it. That's what I'm talking about. People, it's so easy right now. It's not in your face. Once you see the PS5 Pro and you see people showing the clips from Digital Foundry or just gameplay clips in general of how the game looks on the PS5 Pro, knowing it's not on PC, people are going to cave. I'm not saying it'll be everybody, like I said, but you know, we were having a conversation on my last stream. You know, we were talking about Sony's earnings reports, and one of the things I didn't tell you guys because I'd missed it was on the page where they were talking about their first party. Let me see. Let's see if I can actually bring up the image. Here we go. Yeah, I'm going to bring it up here. So this was on Sony's earnings report. And this is another sign to buckle up because it's happening. This is an official page from their earnings report. Who enjoy their favorite titles wherever they are and connect with their friends through gameplay. So they put all their first party titles in GTA 6. I mean, dude, come on. Like this is obviously them signaling. They're signaling that it's about to kick off, and it also confirms to me that, you know, seeing something like this, Sony absolutely understands how big of a deal GTA 6 is for them. But they're trying to trade like it's exclusive, bro. They're like, if we just maybe we could twig our investors. If we throw the investors GTA 6 next to all of our first party offerings, they're going to think it's exclusive. And that's what's so funny because absolutely that works sometimes. I remember with Hogwarts Legacy, the amount of people that thought that was a PlayStation exclusive because of how aggressively Sony marketed it alongside the PlayStation branding. I love when they remind me Marvel Tokon is coming. So hyped for that game. Yeah, I forget about it all the time, dude. I constantly forget about Marvel Tokon. But we were talking about Sony's recent earnings, and we were highlighting the good and the bad, and I went on a bit of a tangent. And the tangent that I went on was basically how there's a massive disconnect between the success that PlayStation is finding and has achieved and the general sentiment of the internet. And I always think it's important to acknowledge these things because GTA 6 to me serves as a prime example of a game that is going to appeal to a certain audience, a wide audience, not a certain audience. It's the opposite of that. A very diverse audience. It's going to appeal to the hardcore. It's going to appeal to the casual. It's going to appeal to probably, to an extent, everybody in between. The only group of people it's probably not going to appeal to are like really young kids. That's what Roblox is for. And I think that when we look, like when we evaluate PlayStation and we talk about PlayStation and we try to figure out why are you the way you are? I do think it's important to keep in mind a game like GTA 6 because from Sony's perspective, they're looking at this game and they know that you could say whatever you want. You can post whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. Nothing's stopping this train. And they know that. And, you could call that arrogance. Maybe it is to an extent. But the reason why I think if you're analyzing these things, it's important to acknowledge that is it's because GTA 6 is only going to further PlayStation success, no matter how you feel about them. So do with that what you will. Do with that what you will. Okay? Not here to tell you what to do. Do what you want. Cheese and Chainsaws, you're saying gamers do exist like Maximilian Dude who play gameplay heavy games or genre games like fighting who will never touch games like GTA. They do exist. I do agree they exist. I bet you'll see Maximilian Dude covering it. I mean, do you think I'm wrong on that one? I think even he's going to cave. I'm not saying it's going to be like a thing he covers for a long time or his next main game, but I would bet that you will see him do a stream for GTA 6 around the time it comes out, even though it's not his game. Because how could you not? Even just from a professional standpoint, that'd be crazy. If he's like, no, I'm not playing it. I don't care. That'd be awesome. I mean, I do think I do think people exist that don't actually really care about GTA 6, but I think the zeitgeist is going to be, again, I consider it a black hole, an incoming black hole that even content creators, I think if you're a content creator who doesn't really care for GTA 6, you're probably still going to cover it because it's like, dude, are you out of your mind? Are you crazy? I mean, who's not going to cover it? Although, I don't, maybe. So I agree. There are those gamers that exist where it's not going to be there. It's not going to be the big hoopla for them. I just think it's going to be a special moment more than anything. I think that's kind of what I'm trying to get at here. Is I think it's going to be a special moment that makes it kind of does unify the gaming industry in a sense where I think everybody's going to come together and acknowledge this game. And that doesn't necessarily have to come in the form of buying it and playing it, but it's just you. So with that being said, the week that GTA 6 launches, I am going to have a dedicated stream titled to. I'm gonna dedicate it to Xbox, and it's gonna be titled "Why Xbox is Still Garbage, No Matter What Anyone Says." And that I will be the outlier. No. Instead, I'm going to have a video saying, playing GTA 6 on my trash box series S. There we go. Oh my God, I should do that. I should do that. I should buy. I'm going to make a goal. I'm going to make a goal leading into the launch of GTA 6. Oh, why would I do this to myself? Do it. It's you got to do it for the audience. I'm going to make a goal leading into GTA 6 where if we hit that goal, I will buy a Series S. And I will make that that's my first GTA 6 experience. I will play it on a Series S on stream. You know what? I don't know if I want to do that. It's like it looks amazing. Yeah, it's Rockstar, bro. What'd you expect? Cheese and Chainsaws, you're saying with a super chat, if it doesn't hit 100 million sales in the first year, would you consider it a failure then? Just because you're saying basically everyone will buy it. Well, no. I want to clarify. I don't think everyone's going to buy it. But I just think that I think GTA 6, to be clear, the measurement of success for a game like GTA 6 is no different than any other game, right? Where it's like, how much did it cost to develop? How much investment was made? How much did the marketing cost? What number do you need to hit to make that money back, to break even? I think that will be achieved literally the day pre-orders go live. I could be wrong about that, but I think they'll make their money back through pre-orders alone. And I think from that point forward, it's just bank, you know? So what I'm trying to say is it's going to be a success no matter what. Does it need to hit 100 million sold? I don't think it needs to. Will it? I think it will. Not at first, though, because we'll think about it. GTA 5, after all these years, sold like 225 million units. Now, I mean, what? That was over like... No, stop. You're saying I'm mocking players who can't afford it? No, I'm not. I mean, look, I feel for those people. If are there going to be people who are potentially left out because they can't afford it? Yeah, and that sucks. That does suck. Like I'm not mocking them. I feel bad for that. Like I wouldn't want to be in that position. You know, that genuinely sucks. Are people going to make very poor financial decisions when this game comes out? Yes. Yes, they will. I mean, I'm laughing, but it's true. You think the vast majority will be left out? I don't know that I agree with that per se. But, you know, if GTA 5 hit 225 million sold in, what was it, 12 years now? 12 years? 13 years. Something along those lines. I think GTA 6 will achieve, I think it'll achieve 100 million relatively quickly. It's not just going to be on PlayStation. It's going to be shared between PlayStation and the Xbox Series consoles. But the thing about that is, I don't know. I just think there's a stronger pull this time where one of the things that I actually think works for GTA 6, well, two things. Number one is it's coming at the very end of the generation. So the market is not fully saturated, but very saturated, where you're going to have like 95 million PS5s and maybe like 30 to, if I'm being generous, like 35 million Xbox Series consoles. I'll bump it up to like 30 or 35 million, assuming that GTA 6 does move Xbox consoles too, which I think it will. You know, is it going to be able to hit 100 million with that install base, with like 130, 140 million install base? No, probably not quickly. But I think it will shoot up to like 50 million and then maybe like 75 million in a much shorter period of time than people think. Like, I don't think it's going to take like 5 years. I don't think it's going to take that. I could see GTA 6 achieving like over 200 million sold once the PS6 and Project Helix versions and PC versions, once those three versions are released after like 6 months on the market, I could see it achieving potentially up like close to like I could see it closing in onto 200 million, because I just have this feeling that GTA 6 is going to sell at a faster rate than GTA 5 did. And I do think a big reason for that will be, yeah, I am standing, yes. A big reason for that will be the GTA Online too. I think the whole content creation thing. We talked before about how it's a really big deal on PC, but I really do think that they're going to try to make it a very big deal on console as well. What I'm interested to know with GTA 6, and this is something we haven't really talked about, but to be fair, there's no reason to talk about it yet. It's just food for thought. What I'm interested in knowing with GTA 6 is Rockstar's long-term plan of like, there's no way you're just keeping this, at least the online component, GTA Online 2. There's no way you're just keeping this on current gen consoles and PC. Like, my understanding is they want to take over everything. They want to beat Roblox. They want to beat Fortnite. And it's like, they're going to do something, I think, eventually to try to have a mobile version, to just make it so that a version of GTA Online, I shouldn't say a version, but GTA Online is accessible in some way, shape, or form beyond the console and beyond PC. Especially knowing that they're kind of chasing the whole you can create your own content type thing. And I think it'll be a while until we hear about that. I think it'll be a long time. But I do think, and the Switch 2 as well. Of course. I think that's going to happen though, man. Give it time. Mario B with the super chat saying, how far into the stratosphere do you think the GTA budget is, including marketing? I think we heard recently. Hold on, let me double check this before I say anything. The development and marketing budget for Grand Theft Auto 6 is estimated to be between $1 and $2 billion, making it potentially the most expensive entertainment product ever created. The immense cost, which includes over a decade of development, covers salaries for over 2,000 staff and extensive research. Take-Two Interactive CEO Strauss Zelnick indicated unlimited financial and creative resources for the project, acknowledging it is very expensive. It says here, GTA 6 may have cost between up to $1.5 billion so far. CEO says it was, quote, expensive. Yeah, so, I mean, I think when it's all said and done, you could see GTA 6. I could see it hitting the 2 billion mark. If we throw in like absurd marketing, like 6 months, maybe 6 to 9 months of just like the most aggressive marketing we've ever seen, I could see it maybe going to like 2.5 billion, maybe. And that's why I feel like it's crazy, because there was like a prediction that GTA 6 is estimated to make its money, make $1 billion on pre-orders alone. And like, I think it's going to go more than that. Like I said, dude, I don't know. Maybe I'm just misreading, but I think when GTA 6 is up for pre-order, everybody who's even thinking about buying it is going to pre-order it. Like, I don't think people are going to take a chance and be like, oh, I'm going to wait. Like, just get it done now. Especially if they have more expensive versions. So I'm thinking like between 2 and 2.5 billion, Mario, which is utterly absurd. And yeah, I don't think we'll ever see anything like this. I don't want to say again, but for a very, very long time. Cheese and Chainsaws, you're saying, for context, GTA 5 did 29 million on PS3, 24 million on PS4. That's there or thereabouts a quarter of the player base of those consoles. We'll see how it's grown with GTA 6. Yeah, and it is surprising. Sometimes like numbers like that do surprise me. I have to admit. Like, well, they're still massive. Like 20, dude. Come to think of it, like 29 million on the PS3 is kind of nuts. The PS3 sold like 80 to 83 million units lifetime. That's kind of nuts, dude. Jesus. I mean, like that attach rate is it's so crazy, because like that attach rate is higher than any other first party PlayStation game. PS4, you said it was 24 million. GTA 5 PS4 sales. Let me see. Or no, not GTA 5. Or not PS5. Yeah, 24.6 million. I would have thought that would have been higher. That to me is a little bit surprising. I would have thought that GTA 5 would have sold more copies on PS4 considering it has an install base of like 117 million. I don't know. I mean, I feel like if the trailer, right? Maybe I'm wrong on this one. Maybe this isn't the best way to look at it, but I feel like if we look at the trailer of GTA 5, views wise, so let me bring it up here. GTA 5 trailer. The first trailer for GTA 5 released 12 years ago and got a total, or 14 years ago, and got a total of 127 million views lifetime. That's for GTA 5. GTA 6's trailer. I'm looking at trailer number 1. Hold on. Or number 2. Trailer 1. The first trailer. That's a crazy thumbnail they have. First trailer for GTA 6 released 2 years ago, got 278 million views. So more than, I mean, that's almost like, it's not quite, but that's almost a 3-to-1 ratio there. I mean, it's way over double. So I guess what I'm trying to evaluate here is like, if that's anything to go by, it does seem to indicate that the popularity and the interest in the GTA franchise has grown substantially since the time GTA 5 was first announced. Cheese and Chainsaws, you're saying PC was 40 million, I think? Really? Now let's see. That's more than I would have expected on PC. I can't seem to find that number anywhere. I mean, I guess I could believe it because, like, what? There's a billion PCs out there. So you could sell like 40 million copies across billion. People rewatch it a ton of times. Well, I mean, look, I'm not saying it's the best thing to go by. I'm just saying it does seem to indicate, at the very least, that there is more interest and popularity in GTA 6 going into the launch than there was going into the launch of GTA 5. That's what it seems to, I think, at the very least, indicate. Internet is different now compared to GTA 5 trailer time. That's true, but that's the thing. I think it maybe signals that more people have grown into GTA, where I think that, I mean, the games industry has grown tremendously since GTA 5 first came out, right? Part of that growth is from younger audiences at that time, younger gamers who were like kids growing into teenagers and young adults. And so I think what GTA 6 has this time around that maybe GTA 5 didn't is just an overall bigger industry to appeal to. I think they have a whole new audience of youth, if you will. I don't know if youth is I guess youth is the right term. Of young adults, young adults to appeal to that GTA 5 simply couldn't appeal to them, or maybe didn't because they were just too young. Or maybe their parents wouldn't let them, I'm seeing it in the chat. Asking me about a Sony showcase. Has Sony announced? Sony has not announced a showcase. There's a very good chance we're going to get a state of play at the end of this month or the beginning of June. I mean, I'm going to say it's pretty much guaranteed, to be honest. Oh, my back. I got to do some of my stretches again. My little weight here. Don't mind me. Just got to do my PT, Got to make sure I'm always moving. Damn pinched nerve. MBG, just curious, what is the thing you are most excited about in GTA 6? Um, the thing I would say I'm most excited about in GTA 6, it's not the graphics or even the story or anything like that. The thing I'm most excited about is I just think the technology behind it, you know, I mean, graphics to an extent when it comes to the level of detail. I mean, I know the graphics are going to be amazing. We see that. I know the level of detail is going to be mind blowing. But it's the innovation and the technology behind it where it's like it's not just that this game looks good or feels good to play. It's that it's doing things that no other game is from a technological standpoint, you know? Where it's like the AI, the way characters, the way random NPCs behave and interact. How, my assumption with GTA 6 is that when you're when we're seeing it for the first time and when it's being played, it's going to be like we're going to we're going to see like the world existing around us in this game and there's going to be nothing to compare it to. That's my expectation. Maybe my expectations for this game were like delusional and like way too high, but it's going to be like yeah, so there isn't really any other game that's doing this. Like I mean, just look at the scene with the beach, dude. It's like what is going on there? What is going on? Like it almost seems like it's too real. There was like that screenshot of the beach and just the insane level. It's not even just the level of detail you're looking at in the image, but it's just knowing that the AI and what's happening, all the computations that are occurring in that one specific still is this is why this game's probably not going to hit 60 frames even on the Pro, because it's like it's maxing out the computational power to a degree where like it's going to cause like PS5s to melt. It's a beach. But yeah, I'm really excited about the technology of it, man. Cheese and Chainsaws with a super chat. Thank you, buddy. You're saying here, Rockstar double dips. They roll out launch to get multiple sales. That's why GTA 5 has so many. PS3, 4, 5, 360, 1, Series X, S, and PC. I own it 4 times, LOL. Yeah, dude, you're not wrong. That is what they do. That is, and you know why they do it? Because it works. They do it because it works. They know it works. They know that people are going to double, triple, quadruple dip. I think I've certainly bought GTA 5 a couple of times throughout over the last like decade, no doubt about that. And yeah, I mean, the natural assumption is they're going to do it again. They're going to do it that way again with GTA 5. I think that if they really wanted to, if they really, really wanted to, they probably could have a simultaneous PC launch. It probably would cause another delay, but I think it's very much intentional for them not to do that. You know what would be the craziest thing? This would be wild. Imagine if like a year from now they're like, here's the PS4 and Xbox One version of GTA 6. I don't think they'll do that, but could you imagine? We also have Will H. Cook with a $5 super chat. He says, I hope all gamers come together and support the biggest state-of-the-art games that come out like GTA 6. Movie fans do it for movies like Avengers, Endgame. Yeah, I don't think you're going to have to worry about that, Will. I mean, I get what you're saying. We do want to send a message, I think, collectively. Sorry, I just got hair in my mouth. I think the message that we're going to send is pretty much it's that, right? It's like we do still like big AAA games. Not even just big AAA games. We like to support games that are truly trying to push the industry forward in some way. GTA 6 is not the only game doing that, of course. It would be disingenuous to try to make it seem like it's the only game doing that. But I do think that GTA 6 is the only game that's doing it at the scale on this level. People think maybe about like The Witcher 4 or something. No offense to CD Projekt Red. It's like, but I don't think they're going to be able to match what Rockstar's done or is doing with GTA 6. I could be wrong. Who knows? But they'll strive. But yeah, I agree with you, Will. We want to support that. Chris Brown with a $5 super chat saying Rockstar games are known to look better from the announcement trailers. Let's hope it's the same with GTA. Red Dead 2 graphics improved from the trailers. Yes. You're right, Chris. And that's what's crazy. It just goes to show how good Rockstar is, where like usually, well, not usually, but a lot of times it's the opposite. It's the trailers you see. It's like, wow, no way it's going to look that good, right? And it's like, nah, it's not actually. With Rockstar, it's the opposite. It's like, dude, this already looks insane. It's like, well, wait till you see what it looks like when it's done. MBG, that's how I judge how many players it has. Everyone bought it 3 to 4 times. So maybe closer to 60, 70 million players overall. Makes sense. Red Dead 2 and Witcher, Cyberpunk numbers. Well, tell you what, man. Sony is very happy, very, very happy that their platform is the lead platform for GTA 6 because, just going back to what I was kind of mentioning earlier, I got this comment on my last stream where somebody was like, MBJ, I think you're misreading the data when it comes to like Sony's earnings and whatnot. And I mean, maybe I could be, but like, I think what Sony has right now, specifically because of GTA 6, I think what they have right now is the biggest possible safety net they could have ever asked for to close out this generation. Where, like, to be honest, Sony could purposely, I'm not saying they'll do this. And I'm not saying I want them to do this, but I'm just being realistic here. They could be like, we're going to hold back games, actually. Because we can literally afford to do that. We don't need to have like a barrage of games to close out this gen because we have GTA 6. Now, they will still have games. They're going to have Intergalactic. They're going to have the Faye game, and I'm sure they might have something else maybe. But that's where it's just like, I don't know. When I look at this year, bro, yeah. Oh, yeah, well, trust me. We just pulled up an image of GTA 6 being put next to all their first-party games and how I think Sony's trying to, like... No. See, why me? I don't read it that way, dude. I don't read it that way at all. You're saying Sony's nervous because they're asking PS4 owners to upgrade. I don't think they're nervous. No, I think it's literally like they want people to know, like, hey, wake up. Just so you know, this game isn't like you're playing the current version of this game, and you're playing it online. It's not launching on this thing, dude. So I don't think it's a sign of desperation from Sony. I think people who, I'll be honest, I think people who are reading it that way are misreading it, because it's one of these things where it's like if you're Sony, this is the time where you want to let them know, fucking leave PS4, bro. Like, it's now or never. They already know that, though. I mean, maybe they do. They might. And they're just like, leave me alone, Sony. So he's like, get off. So he's like trying to beat them with the newspaper, like, get off PS4, damn it. Stop enjoying our console so much, you son of a bitch. Stop being Brea. Go make money. Go get a second job. Come on. Dude, somebody left the comment. They're like, why is Sony sending these emails after they raise the price? And I'm just like, Hiroki Totoki's just like, oops. Oh. No, but exactly, Hanzo. Exactly. I mean, look, man, I try to evaluate PlayStation. I fail sometimes. I try to evaluate them as objectively as I can. And I guess what I can say is that, like, there are things that Sony's doing that disappoint me a little bit. You know, there are things they're doing that I definitely look at and I'm like, what is this? But on the other side of that, there are things that they're doing that I just can't help but, I can't help but feel like maybe it is better they don't make panic decisions and they don't just kind of like jump the gun and assume that like, oh my God, it's all gonna collapse. What are you doing, bro? Because I do look at the second half of this year. I think the first half has already been very good, very good. But I look at the second half of this year and I'm like, yeah, I don't know, man. I try to put myself in the position of like if I was Sony PlayStation, but like if I like seriously, like if I was running that brand and I was the one that had to make like big decisions and stuff. Um, and let's assume that as I was doing that, I was also still reading, you know, comments on Twitter and stuff. I would look at what's coming in the second half of this year and be like I would still be a little worried. I'd be like, it's not good that we have to raise the prices. You know, what if we can't sell our consoles? I would definitely be worried about stuff like that. But I would just be like, man, we have a really strong proposition here, And I think that's what a lot of people seem to miss sometimes. What Sony's going to find out is whether or not people are truly getting priced out. We kind of made a joke, but I don't think it's a joke. We talked on the last stream about how like Hiroki Totoki said they may look into new ways to try to sell the PlayStation 6, a new business model perhaps. And it's like, yeah, are we basically gonna treat the PlayStation 6 like a phone plan? Maybe not the worst idea. I'm gonna be honest, like if you're serious about moving the hardware, you need to move the hardware, like that might not be the worst idea because if you need to make it that expensive without collapsing your business model, but you also need a lot of people to buy it, that might be a way to do it. Chartard with a $2 super chat saying PS6 needs to be stable and not need a damn stand. I can get behind that, Chartard. I think it will be. Because the rumors we've heard about the PlayStation 6 design, the rumors we've heard is that they are going for a very, very simplistic, basic, functional design that's going to be pretty much the opposite of the PS5. So I think what you're just going to get is a box that can stand up or go horizontal, and that's it. I don't think they're going to need a stand or anything. They'll probably still sell a stand. They will. It's going to be a square. Man, my fucking back is killing me, dude. Hold on. All right, I gotta go do a stretch. You gotta give me a sec. I gotta do a stretch. It's gonna look really fucking weird. I don't think I'm gonna do it on camera. People are gonna think I'm trying to do something else, man. There's this specific stretch I have to do, and it's the only stretch that helps me because the pain is getting to me. Before I do though, Cheese and Chainsaws, you're saying thoughts for alternative reason for DRM 30 days. PS6 is being sold like a phone, and people are contracted, miss a payment, and they take your games. Digital only console? Yo, what? Stop. Holy shit. We cracked the code. We got you, Sony. We got you. Dude, that would be crazy. Oh my God, they could do something like that though. Actually, it's actually insane to think that that's a yo, wait, yeah, would that mean that you wouldn't be allowed to attach a you know what? Never mind. The whole idea of them selling like a phone service or whatever, yeah, that's a nightmare. Hanzo, what? Yo, hold on, I'll be right back. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Let me tell you guys. Let me tell you. Don't herniate any of your discs. This is fucking torture, okay? Whatever you do, take care of your neck. Take care of your back. I don't even know how I did it. I didn't even do anything. But take care of yourself. Because, man, this sucks. This totally sucks. MBG, can I ask a question that may infuriate you? You know what? I'm going to let you. I'm not going to promise I'll answer it if it infuriates me that much, but I'm going to let you because you asked politely. Don't pay your rent. Oh, man. Oh, I'm saying, don't you feel like there doesn't seem to be much hype and luster around Wolverine? Seems like it might be a what is this? You're always throwing words at me. Okay, pointless thing. You're like, I got you covered, MBG. I know you ain't gonna know what that word means. A pointless release. Insomniac not bringing the pain. I mean, no, I do think there's hype around Wolverine. Honestly, Tarnished, I do. I just think that Sony is taking, and Insomniac for that matter, a very conservative, as they have been, approach to their marketing. And it seems like they like to save their marketing barrages for like a 2 to 3 month window. So like my assumption is we're going to see Wolverine maybe, I don't know, maybe the end of this month, June. But then after that, it's like they're going to do that thing where it's like now you're seeing it all the time. So Tarnished, I do think there is hype. Will it be like, is it going to do these insane juggernaut numbers and be like the next, like this is the next big Sony hitter? I think maybe there is some question to that. Like, I don't know. Maybe. I lean towards yes, though. Because I think the gameplay is going to be awesome. I think the game's going to review well. And I think it's going to get good word of mouth. And I think it's Wolverine. And I think it's just going to, have a big pop. What you said, though, I would maybe apply that more to Saros, where I do question the place of Saros. It's a great game. It's a fantastic game. I really enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed it. But, you know, I do question, like, if it really has that appeal. You know, I haven't beaten it yet. No, I'm close. And Cheese and Chainsaws with the super chat. You're saying a lot do think they will go the phone route. Most are happy to pay $1,000 plus for a phone over 12 to 24 months if consoles are reaching that price. The new way. I mean, yeah, I mean, let's face it, dude. If the PlayStation 6, if they price it where it's like this literally is pricing people out. It just is. They will have to go that route, I think. I'm not saying everybody will take that option. I'm not saying everybody will do it. But they will have to take that route because it's like, well, what is the alternative? The alternative is we just don't sell enough consoles. I mean, presumably the PlayStation 6 is not going to suffer from the same problem that that the PS5 did, where the PS5, as we've talked about so many times before, but it's always worth keeping in mind when we're talking about going into the PS6, is they couldn't make them. They could sell them. God knows people were ready to buy them, but they couldn't make them. They couldn't keep up, and it wasn't their fault. So the PS6, you know, it could be in this position where people do want it. You know, I think there will be more hype around the PlayStation 6 than people realize once they actually show it. People will want it. There won't be some kind of shortage, but it's the price. But it's like, well, how much is that? Like, I want it, but like, wait, it's like $800, $900. Okay, yeah, I don't want it that bad. I'm good. And that's where Sony might have no choice but to come in and be like, well, we have a proposition. You know, we have an offer that maybe you should consider. Those PS4 players would probably be on the PS5 if that was an option. Yeah, true. Yeah, maybe Sony will try to like roll something like that out in an experimental phase leading into GTA 6 and Wolverine. I mean, why not? Experiment, see how it goes. Summer Game Fest soon, release dates coming. Very true. They are coming. Indeed. Oh, hold on. Sorry, my YouTube studio crashed here. Starting to get to me, man. It's this damn pinched nerve. I like. Sometimes it loosens up. Other times, oh man. I tell you that the fucking nerve pain, bro. Help me. I'm just gonna keep doing this. I love how this alleviates the pain. Like, what is that? How does this alleviate the pain, bro? Oh man. My posture's been great today, I'll tell you. I've just been standing and looking straight the whole time. Trying to make sure I'm moving around, though. What the hell happened to me? I don't get it. What did I do? What did I do wrong? Chris Brown with a $5 super chat. Thank you, buddy. Let me, hold on, I have to bring the chat out again because it crapped out on me. Says, people are forgetting Wolverine is releasing around the time of Doomsday, which features X-Men. The hype from the game and the movie will give it a boost, in my opinion. You're actually, yeah, dude, I completely forgot about that. That's a great point. And Wolverine is going to be in that movie, dude. Right? Yeah, okay. What is the release date of Doomsday? September seems, it's got to be like a November movie, right? That is active recovery. It gently stimulates the muscles without stressing it. Yeah, I'm trying, man. It's this pinched nerve that I can't shake it. I'm going to ask my chat. I'm going to deviate for just a second. Has anybody here in Steelers? I'm going to read your super chat in one moment. I just want to ask this question. Has anybody here have you ever had a pinched nerve in your neck, specifically in your C6 or your C7? Has anybody experienced a pinched nerve in this area? Because I'm looking for tips. It's like insane, dude. The pain is insane. Like, I can't believe it. The Steelers with a $5 super chat. You're saying if one doesn't think the PS6 will hit the 100 million unit mark, they are being willfully ignorant. I do agree with that, Steelers. I do. I mean, I know there's a lot of people that like to clown on, you know, the PlayStation bros who are hyping up PlayStation, but the reality is it's absolutely going to hit 100 million. It like how far, to me, I'm more interested in knowing how far beyond 100 million it will go. Like, can it hit 105? Can it hit 110? Can it go beyond 110? That to me is, what'll be interesting. But you're absolutely right, Steelers. Didn't they confirm he's not in it? The X-Men will be the OG lineup pre-Wolverine. I think they're trying to hide it, and they're doing so unsuccessfully. Maybe I'm wrong about that, though. Hanzo, you're saying, yes, couldn't feel my left side for a year and change. Holy shit. You couldn't, I mean, I'm getting weird feelings sometimes down my arm, but you couldn't feel the whole left side. Slept without a pillow, took hot baths with salts. So it just straight up took that long to heal. Have you tried not having a pinched nerve? I've tried, yeah. It didn't work out. In my neck and shoulder quite a few times over the past few years. Damn. You must sleep on rocks. Like, are you Shems? Are you telling me I should sleep on rocks, or are you like accusing me? Like you must be sleeping on rocks, bro. I don't know. Like I will admit, I sleep on rocks. No, dude. If there's anything that's getting to me, This is getting to me rapidly, where like if you start to see my mental state deteriorate in the coming weeks, you know what? Hold on one sec. Sound like boss was stuck in the in the cat flap. If you see my mental state deteriorate, have I been to the I have not seen a chiropractor. No. Can't turn your head. I mean, I can, like, that's okay. That hurts. That hurts a lot. This is what hurts the worst. I can't. Mm, mm-mm. I like can't look up. But I'll show you guys. I'll just show you real quick. Out here looking like Michael Keaton Batman. Wait, what? It's my pain point right now. Like I had it confirmed that I have a pinched nerve, but if like the pain I'm experiencing that is constant and will not stop, it feels like there's a bullet lodged in my back, is like, right? Dude, I'm at a point, it's like I'll do anything to get rid of that pain. It just it feels like there's a bullet. Like I've been shot in the back and it's just lodged in there. And it's nerve pain. And like, you know, taking regular medication like ibuprofen or something, it doesn't do anything. I've even taken some muscle relaxers. Nothing. Doesn't do nothing. I've been trying to do the stretches. Jake, thank you for that, man. Oh, right, because he couldn't turn the head in the suit. That's true. That's true. MBG, I posted a video in Discord. You need to go to that guy, but he is in Texas. Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, it's far from me. I have a herniated L7. Yeah. I have disc degeneration in my L5, 6, and 7, and a herniation in my 7. And it's causing a pinched nerve. And dude, oh my God. Like I'm just talking about it right now because the pain's starting to come back like a bitch. And I've been trying to stand up and I'm just trying to keep this thing going, you know? Like, damn. But what I was going to say is if my mental state starts to deteriorate, it's because the biggest problem that I'm having is sleep. Oh God. Like, I don't mean to sound like such a complainer, dude, but like, what'll happen is I'll have to spend quite a bit of time trying to orientate my body to where it's like, okay, like I think the pain has subsided enough. I can sleep. But what happened, and this, I don't understand this. Like, this is what I don't understand. I orientate my body to where the pain is gone, mostly. I fall asleep. I don't move from that position. I wake up and I am in horrific pain. Like the pain is like 12 out of 10. Where I'm like, what is happening? And so like when I wake up, especially first thing in the morning, but you know, I wake up numerous times throughout the night where I'm like getting out of bed, I'm like walking around, I'm just like trying to do anything to alleviate the pain. But when I wake up in the morning, it's like a 12 out of 10, and I'm like, I don't get it. Like I slept in a position that didn't have pain. Shouldn't that be conducive to healing? I don't know. But that's what's getting to me the most is like I can deal with pain throughout the day. It's constant, it's persistent, whatever. It's going to take time. It's at night. I'm like at a point where like hit me over the head, bro. Like knock me out because I am I'm getting desperate here. But I know some of you guys know what that's like. Well, that's the thing, Hanzo. Like I tried the no pillow thing, and just sleeping completely on my back, dude, it makes the pain worse. Like I can't do it. It becomes so agonizing. I'm like, I cannot do this. I cannot do this. The only way I can sleep is I basically have to like get in a fetal position. Like I have to literally like curl up and kind of like bend my neck a little bit, as weird as that sounds, like stretch it down and like wrap my arm around it. It's really, I don't know. It's a whole fucking thing, dude. Does it hurt when I take a deep breath? Slightly. Yeah. I don't know. It's just you know what? That's a good idea. WD-40. I should try the WD-40. That's what it is. I gotta spray some WD-40 on my joint. Do progressive overload with Zerker curls. Google it. Had a herniated back and healed myself by strengthening my lower back muscles. Do you think that? I never heard of those Zerker curls. Does that work for a herniated disc, like in the upper back, in the upper spine? Because I'll check it out. I'm gonna Google that real quick, actually, so I don't forget. Zerker curls. Oh wow. Holy shit, that looks dangerous. That looks scary. I don't know. I mean, I would be willing to try it at least, though. Well, anyway, sorry for my side tangent there, complaining about my spine. I'm just sitting here trying to talk about GTA 6 and shit, and it feels like there's somebody stabbed me in the back. This is Xbox's fault. Maybe you watched that video. That guy for sure was in a lot of pain. You need to find a good chiropractor like that guy. Yeah, I might have to. I just get nervous with chiropractors because, you know, you hear like the horror stories and stuff. Or like, oh, I went to a chiropractor and now I can't move ever again or some shit. I mean, I feel like it's rare. I know it's rare, but it just makes me nervous. No, I'm not doing any heavy lifting. Definitely not. Right there with you. I inherited a rare degenerative disc disease from my father. Yeah, I think I don't know how much of it is hereditary, but I imagine a portion of it is. I know my dad had a lot of problems with discs in his back, and I think my mom too. I think everybody in my family basically. Xbox took a shot at our own by hitting you, MBG. We need Rich Rod to lead the charge. Yeah, okay. Yeah, more violence. See what happens? You see what happens? I'm out here advocating for nonviolence. I'm out here advocating for peace, and this is what I get. Have you tried squatting 250? I'm not going to do that. No, Chris, I'm not going to do that. Might as well ask a psychic to heal your back before a chiropractor. Really? Oh, boy. Well, just going to be doing this all week while we stream. My left shoulder is going to be jacked. Last time, you need to see an MD physiatrist. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Look it up. Physiatrist. Sorry, I'm looking it up now. I never heard of that. Treating nerve, muscle, and bone conditions non-surgically to restore function, reduce pain, and improve quality of life. Oh, shit. Ha! Ha! Dude, no way. No way. The first doctor that shows up is my doctor. What? Wait, hold on. That can't be right. Yeah. Yep. Dude. Oh, no. Okay, hold on. No. Never mind. It's not. The name was so, okay. It's not. I was going to say, I'm like, what? That doesn't make no sense. Never mind. The name was very similar. How come no one told me I was 20 seconds behind? Acupuncture? You're the second person to recommend that. Zerker curls is a compound movement, and yes, it helps the whole back. Went from barely walking to squatting 150 kg raw, no issue. Looks scary, but I promise it helps. Start with very little weight. I'll look into it. I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate you guys giving me some tips. I'll see what I can do. I mean, you'll know. I'll still be streaming. I'm either going to get better or I'm going to get worse or I'm going to stay the same, and you guys will hear about it whether you want to or not. It just sucks though, because like I don't know. I'm over here being like, oh, streaming, and how hard can it be with a pinched nerve? It's like, have you tried violently shaking your body? I don't know. Let me see. Oh, God. Horrible advice, Chris. That wasn't even violent. That was like the best I could do. I was going to try to like start whipping my arms around, but like, no, dude. That's the opposite. Chris, get the hell out of here. You're making me worse. Drink a Dole pineapple juice. It has a natural anti-inflammatory and it can help. That sounds kind of good, though. I love how good pineapple is for you. I have a good Cairo too, but they vary widely. Need to research their techniques and make sure they make sense and are conductive to healing. Thank you, MBG, for entertaining us and being this kind and cordial with us, even through this pain. You're welcome, Tarnished. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you guys for tuning in and listening to me complain. All right, we do have other topics to talk about, though. I don't want to derail too much. I got one more thing here for GTA 6 before we move on. Sony and Game Informer could potentially be preparing for GTA 6 pre-orders this coming week. Here are some reasons why, and I think it's worth posting. Number one, Game Informer has been heavily hinting at a cover story for May 12th, though they have not revealed the cover and have not explicitly stated what the article pertains to. Number two, Sony has shut down their deals in a very rare instance to where there are 0 deals currently going on, and it won't be back until May 13th. Sony may be clearing the way for GTA 6 to have the spotlight on May 12th if pre-orders were to go live the same day. That way, the store doesn't crash and people aren't purchasing deals on top of GTA 6 pre-orders. So everyone can just focus on GTA 6. Number three, Sony's been advertising GTA 6 more than usual lately. It makes sense if they have the marketing rights. Number four, Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick has clarified how we will be hearing about the price of GTA 6 very soon. And then the Take-Two investors call is happening May 21st. So a lot of people are compiling these lists, guys. To conclude this topic for GTA 6, and we'll move right along here, I'm going to say if you're excited for GTA 6 and you've been waiting for something, prepare yourself. I do think that this is the week something is going down. I would be shocked. I'll be honest. Based off of everything that's happening, all the movement, if nothing happens and it's like, okay, I give up. I'm not following any of this anymore because that's crazy. I think it's happening. Mario B with another super chat. Thank you, buddy. You're saying, you're our voice of reason, MBG. We come to you, oh wise one, to hold back our intrusive thoughts on Xbox. Thank you, Mario. Well, those intrusive thoughts are coming. They're coming back. They're coming for me too, and they're coming back soon. I hate Xbox. I hate them. I love them. I hate them. I love them a little bit more, but then I hate them even more. I hate it. Yo, wait, is Boss on the chair? Boss is just on the chair, dude. Really? You have like 3 cat towers around you. He's like, I think I'll take this chair instead. Thank you for that, Mario. You want to hear about the frame rate so you can stop arguing with people? Oh, you think it's going to be that's true, Tarnish. You did say that. What do you think it's going to be 30 frames? MBG, after your body recovers, work out the surrounding muscles around the affected area to strengthen the support. Yeah, I was reading that apparently a major reason I'm suffering with this problem in the first place is because I have major muscle imbalances. A lot of it from poor posture over the years. Hence why I am standing. My shoulders back. Have you tried the Diddy oil? Yeah, I mean, go Mike, you're probably right, dude. I was clearing out my garage like 2.5 weeks ago, and a lot of heavy lifting and moving, and I didn't feel anything at the time, but I probably, at the very least, I like weakened something. And then, the next day I went to go tie my shoe, and it's like, oh, shit. All right. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Lady Gamer. Arthritis is bad. Definitely not good. All right, let's pivot for a minute here. Okay, so what's the situation that's going on with Sony's first party? People seem to be very upset with Sony, as per usual. But here's something that I think is worth covering. So we recently just talked about how Sony apparently had to make their investors aware of the fact that they are incurring a $765 million loss on Bungie, on top of the already $200 million loss that occurred, I think, last fiscal year. I mean, they're like climbing up to $1 billion here. And it's interesting because, like, when you look over Sony's reports, everything that they put out there pretty much says, hey, if we didn't have Bungie, we'd be doing way better. So naturally, it gets people thinking, okay, what is the future of Bungie? What is the future of Marathon with this in mind? Well, they did kind of respond, and their response was a little bit strange. Not strange, but like it was a little bit surprising, in my opinion. Vlund with the $2 chat, you're saying, did you talk about Sony doing age verification? We talked about it very briefly, Vlund, but that was earlier on. But not currently talking about that. I don't really know that I have much more to say about it either, to be honest. Whiskey and perks solve the problem. I mean, dude, that's I don't really drink. What's weird is, like, I really quick before we continue, I was thinking, I'm like, maybe I should try to drink a little bit at night if I'm having that much trouble sleeping. Like, maybe it would help. And all the research I did into it, apparently, like, drinking alcohol apparently actually makes you sleep worse. Like, it'll make you more tired at first, but it actually gives you awful sleep. What the hell is that? What? Oh, did you see that? Did you guys just see Papa? Did you just see that, boy? Hold up. Papa, come here. You just saw that, right? Something's about to come off that wall, though. It sounded like he almost just ripped the wall down. Come on, don't tell me you guys didn't see that. Let me see if I can get him out here so you can see him real quick. Armani Coleman with a $5 super chat saying, I wonder when the Wolverine stated play will be. I also can't wait for 007 First Light in 15 days. Dude, that's crazy. It's coming out in just 15 days. Oh, you guys didn't see him? Armani, I'm right there with you, bro. I'm starting to think that we're going to see Wolverine as part of the next regular state of play. I'm starting to think it might not get a dedicated one. Wolverine next to GTA trailer 3. Come here. Come on. He's in the other room. He doesn't. You saw a cat running fast. That was him, dude. That was him. Yeah, I didn't know he could run that fast. I think they're going to rip the trim off the door, dude. The next Santa Monica reveal. Yes, that's coming too. And Armani, dude, I'm still wondering, Armani Coleman, where is Rise of Hydra? Sorry, Wymie. Thank you. Yeah, keep me on track. So what did Sony have to say about Bungie and Marathon? All right, so Sony reported a massive impairment loss of nearly $800 million due to Bungie in its last report, and during the earnings call portion, of the report, the chief financial officer and corporate executive officer Lin Tao stated quite clearly, quote, Bungie sucks. No, Bungie's title portfolio did not reach our expectations, so we downwardly revised our business plan and impaired the full amount of fixed assets related to Bungie except of goodwill. But as we know, Marathon's launch wasn't all bad. If nothing else, Marathon has found a community of players who love it, who want to keep coming back to it. The community may be smaller than Sony and Bungie would like, but it's an accomplishment Sony recognizes, as Tao continues by saying, quote, players' reception to Marathon is strong, with the game receiving a Metacritic score of 82 and more than 90% of player reviews on Steam being positive. Engagement metrics, such as retention, also remain at a high level. Going forward, we aim to improve the performance of the game by working to retain highly engaged core users through the introduction of additional content, further improvements in the gameplay experience, and expansion of the user base. These comments are another positive indication that Marathon is not going to be dropped on a moment's notice by Sony, and fans of the game can breathe, at least for a little while, before they should really be concerned that it's up to the chopping block. We know that Bungie has a long-term vision for the game, so it's reassuring to hear Sony intends to help it get there, at least for now. That said, Marathon is not the first-party release that Sony is looking to when it comes to increasing revenue contributions from its first-party titles. That falls instead to Housemarque's recent release, Saros, and Insomniac Games' upcoming Marvel's Wolverine. Quote, this is also from Lin Tao, we have many appealing first-party titles scheduled for fiscal year 2026, including Saros, released in April, and Marvel's Wolverine, slated for release in September. We expect the contribution earnings of first-party titles to exceed that of fiscal year 2025. It's worth pointing out, yes, that it's not a huge surprise Sony is going to keep trying to make Marathon work after the money it poured into Bungie, but if the last few years of the video game industry has proven anything, it's that nothing is guaranteed. So I wanted to cover this with you guys because it indicates that, well, regardless of how we feel about Bungie and about Marathon, it's they're not letting it go. They're not giving up on it. MBG, where exactly do you feel the pain? I feel it back here. Right there, Tarnished. Feel it right now. Come on, bro. Come on here. I want to show you guys Papa. Pop. I want to show you Pop. He's standing right next to me, but he won't come out from the door frame. The boss is making him nervous. All right, so yeah, let's talk about this for a moment. Let's kind of talk about why Sony is willing to remain committed to Marathon after this game has only lost them money and after we've seen them take drastic action against numerous studios. It's good news I do think some people are overhating on Marathon. I do agree with that. I think things need to be separated here, right? Like, I think there needs to be a separation of acknowledging how much Bungie cost Sony and the role that plays in the bigger picture of their live service efforts and their entire first-party portfolio and, you know, just from the business side of it all. I think that needs to be separated from the fact that Marathon is a good game. It's not a bad video game. They didn't make a bad video game. The biggest thing Marathon seems to be suffering from is a lack of wider appeal. And we've been talking about this for quite some time. I don't know why. There are people that I see, and I see this mainly on Twitter. I'm sure it exists on YouTube as well. There are people that, like, they just want this game to, fail. Like, they do want it to be like a Concord 2 type situation, and I don't know why that is. I guess there's like a group of people that have an axe to grind with Bungie. I don't really have much of an axe to grind with Bungie. My only problem with Bungie at this point is that I'm not sure Well, yeah, that's true too. I forgot about that. The plagiarism thing. Yeah, they really pissed off a lot of people with that. My whole thing is, I'm not sure that there's truly a path forward for Sony and Bungie. Detective Seed said there will be layoffs. Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine Sony incurs this much of a loss and just basically looks at 800 developers at Bungie's like, you're fine. That would be nuts. That would make no sense. So I think when we're trying to evaluate the way forward for Bungie, we need to kind of ask ourselves, I think, the most obvious question, and that is, are they going to be doing Destiny 3? Well, we did hear a rumor a while ago, I think it was like 6 months ago or something, that Destiny 3 is apparently in pre-production. It's very early on. So they are planning it. They are doing it. But they're also saying that they're going to remain committed to Marathon. So maybe a question before Marathon, before we talk about Destiny 3 is, can Marathon be saved? And I don't mean to make that sound like it's I don't think Marathon's dead. It's just, saved isn't maybe the right word. Can Marathon be grown? Can they grow it? Can they make it bigger? Can they make it more appealing? Can they bring more people on? Can they hit a new peak? Oh, hold on. He's coming out. He's coming out. You guys see him? Sorry. I had to just stop because I didn't think he was going to come in here. Who's that? That's that's my new cat. It was my cousin's cat. My aunt couldn't take care of him anymore, and she asked if we wanted to take care of him. So yeah, there he. You see what I mean? You see how big he is, dude? He's colossal. Look at him. Look at that boy. I'm glad he showed up today. I didn't think he would. Dude, look at how big his legs are. He's a nice cat though. He's really sweet. He's obviously just still getting acquainted, but there we go. I just had to take that moment to make sure you guys could see him. That's not Leia. I think a lot of people are going to see Papa and they're going to think that's Leia because I think they're the same type of cat. But he is giant. He is. He's huge. I feel like, dude, this is one of those rare instances where the camera doesn't do it justice. He's huge, dude. I think the fact you guys are seeing him at a bit of a distance. But there you go. There he is. I'm really happy he showed up today because I told you guys about him earlier. I didn't think he would come in the room. Your cat Loki's a tank too. He's just chilling on the sofa now. All right, let me get back to the topic. Sorry, there's so many distractions, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Going back to Bungie, here's the thing that I understand it and I do understand it and I don't understand it. Thank you, Gordon. I'm glad you liked the new setup. On one hand, well, hold on. Why should we care how much money Sony loses on Bungie if it doesn't impact their single player games development going forward? I don't think it's necessarily that we need to care about it. I think it's just more a matter of trying to telegraph what it may set up, what may happen next, my understanding is that Sony doesn't like losing money like this. My understanding, simply put, is that Sony is probably pretty frustrated that when they are giving their earnings report, they're like, yeah, we would have made so much more money, so much more. And not just money, but like our profits would have been up 45% rather than 15% if it wasn't for Bungie. I imagine that frustrates Sony quite a bit. And so it calls into question like what they are going to do with this company, what they're going to do with this development studio. Because as long as Bungie exists under Sony, and this is the important part, there's massive amount of resources and money going into them. Because Bungie is, I think, by far the biggest developer that Sony owns. They're like 800 developers, give or take, which is absurd. That's like 2 Naughty Dogs. So it's why I think it's important to just kind of look at the state of Marathon, look at the projected future of Bungie, and really try to like ask ourselves, like, where should we assume that Sony really has a high level of faith in Bungie still? Or should we assume that they're trying their best to not make it seem as though the investment in Bungie was a complete mistake to the investors? Because we've seen how intense Sony can get with studios that fail to produce. We've seen what happened with Bluepoint more recently, but we've seen what happened with Dark Outlaw Games. We've seen what happened with Firewalk, where Sony just immediately shut them down. And it's weird because it almost feels like, and I don't want to be too conspiratorial about it, I don't want to jump the gun on it, but it just feels like, it's like, well, why is Bungie just allowed to lose you guys money? And like, that's okay. Like, it's, you know what I mean? Sony's almost acting like it's okay to an extent. Where it's like, I feel like if any other studio that PlayStation owns did this type of damage to their bottom line, that studio would have been erased, overnight. And yet Bungie, they're just like, yeah, we're going to, like, I almost wonder if they're in like a little bit of denial, maybe, where like, it's pretty obvious that, guys, this was just a failed purchase and you shouldn't own these guys. Yeah, and that'll be interesting to see, Mr. B. You're saying Guerrilla will lose money too? Absolutely. Oh, for sure. It'll be very interesting to see how Sony treats that in comparison. Imagine Guerrilla suffers layoffs before Bungie. Oh my God, could you imagine? I doubt that would happen. But it's just one of these things where I feel like it's so obvious to everybody looking at the situation that this just simply was a failed purchase. It's not to harp on Sony. It's not to dump on Marathon. It's nothing like that. It's just, this was an unwise move that Sony made, and they're still paying for it. They've paid for it significantly. There has to be something here that we aren't aware of. Or maybe there isn't, but I guess I'll just tell myself there has to be something here that we're not aware of that is the reason why they're not letting go. Is the reason why they're basically like, yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll make it work. And the only thing I can think is it's got to be Destiny 3. I mean, what else could it be? I'm not saying that there couldn't be more of a future for Marathon, but let's face it, it's never going to be a success in the way that it needed to be. You have a feeling Sony's going to do something with Bungie? Sony's probably holding on to them for investors, but I think it's also because they're hoping a live service bet will pay off long term. I mean, yeah, I don't know. This is where I'm kind of out of my wheelhouse. I do think a Destiny 3 would sell. I think it would generate hype and excitement. I'm not convinced that Destiny 3 could achieve the same heights that Destiny 1 or 2 did, especially with Destiny 2 at its highest points. I don't know that it could do that. That's where I could be wrong, and I'm not a Destiny player. I'm not I'm not like the person who's most qualified to give my opinion on Bungie when it comes to Destiny, but from the outside looking in, it seems like they've burnt a lot of goodwill and they've really done some maybe irreparable damage. So I don't know. Um, I could rationalize Sony looking at Bungie and saying we want to at least try Destiny 3. We want to at least see if Destiny 3 can be, you know, can do something for us. If maybe that can be the successful long-term game. Because let's face it, if you're Sony, you still probably are looking at Destiny 2, and even though it's kind of done now, Destiny 2 is kind of over mostly. You look at like almost a 10-year run. Even longer than that if you go trace it back to Destiny 1 in like 2013 and 14. Sorry. Sony invested too much in them to just shut them down. This isn't Blue Point or Firewalk. They have to try to turn it around. Yeah, and I guess maybe it does just come to that. It might just be that simple where it's like we put too much into it to just end it. And that's where I guess, yeah, it does start to make more sense when you look at Destiny 3. I want to talk about the single player side of this though, guys. Like, it's interesting, Sony's basically saying like, yeah, Bungie is just a thorn in our side, but we're leaning on Saros and Wolverine. Sorry. I'm having a drink, bro. Just soda. I wanted to talk about the single player side of this because one of the things that I do think is reassuring, and it kind of goes back to what was being stated here. Sony is out here saying, look, we're basically expected to make our money through Saros and especially like Wolverine, no doubt. That's where they're expecting to make their money from first party. Interesting how they didn't mention Marvel Tokon, though. I feel like even Sony's forgetting about Marvel Tokon. How's my neck today? I mean, it's still in a lot of pain. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty worn out. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm tired as shit. I'll see how much longer I can keep the stream going, but I'm hanging in there best I can. You think Saros sucks? No, dude, Saros is good. That's crazy. You think Saros sucks? No way. I'll hang in there. All right. Saros is a 9 out of 10. It's very good. Boss, can you make up your mind, bro? What do you want? Oh yeah, dude. They announced the fighting stick for Marvel Tokon. Yo, didn't they announce those speakers? They announced the Pulse Elevate speakers, and then they just never said anything else. They're like, yeah, they'll be out eventually. It's like 9 months later. Did I make that up? Yeah, I know, right? They announced like a fighting stick. They announced speakers. They announced a monitor, and they just like never said anything else. It's like even they forgot about it. The monitor was strange, though, because it seems like not a great monitor. Anyway, the single player aspect of this, I'm sorry to hear that, Mr. Veggie, but that's a long life for a cat. The single player aspect of this, it can't be understated. You know, we've talked about this for so long. We've talked about this for so long. And the truth of the matter is Sony, they have placed such an importance. Let me back up. Hearing Sony come out and say, Bungie and Marathon have lost us hundreds of millions of dollars. Oopsies. Not to worry, though. Saros and Wolverine are going to save us. Like, I just think to me, that's like good. Do you see? Like, Sony should be seeing it themselves now. It's not to say that you can't have any successful live services. It's not that you can't invest at all in multiplayer, but it's that see where your foundation lies. See where, like, this is where you made the right investments. Mini-Tom, your membership. No. Yeah, we got to get Mini-Tom a membership gift. We got to make it happen. We got 50 gifts today so far, which is great. We'll see if we can keep it going, though. We'll see if we can help you out, man. What is the worst thing they can do with Wolverine? Don't ask. What is this, Ray? It's still a thing? It is still a thing. Yeah, I want to get those, bro. They look pretty sick. Well, okay, they'll have to be announcing something soon then, right? Right? I mean, how much longer can they keep us waiting? Did you see the Summer Games Fest tweet today about a sequel? No. I didn't see that. Let me see. I'll go check it now. PlayStation 5 console infested with roaches and overheating during repair. Wait, hold on. I'm getting sidetracked. Oh my God, that's what? That is disgusting. It's real. What are people doing out here, man? All right. You said Summer Game Fest posted it. Jeff Keighley hyping up his show again. I'm not seeing the post. Make sure to sign up for alerts at Summer Game Fest. Yeah, no, I'm not sure what you're talking about. I don't think I've. Oh, it was the Game Awards. Is that what it was? Okay, hold on. Yeah, I try to be careful with. Oh yeah, okay, right. I actually did see this. The sequel I'm most hoping to hear announced this summer. Fill in the blank. The Wolf Among Us 2. Yes, there we go. High Guard 2. Oh, they're never going to let him live it down. Jeff is never going to live that one down, bro. High Guard 2. Let's go. That's wild. That situation was crazy. The High Guard situation. Dude. But yeah, I guess I'm just saying, like, I like to hear that from Sony. Like, it does feel good to me when Sony is like, yeah, we are leaning on our single player games. They're the ones that are going to have to do the heavy lifting. I am a little bit nervous, like for Saros, where it's like, how well do you think that's gonna, like? I mean, I don't know. I hope Bungie messing up doesn't put more pressure on Saros's need to perform. But I imagine the bulk of the pressure is going towards Wolverine. Cheese and Chainsaws with the super chat. Thank you, buddy. You're saying, MBG, what's the top 10 PlayStation games each year for the past 5 years? All live service games. Sony ain't leaving or quitting, trying to get one to work, sadly. I know. And to be honest, Cheese and Chainsaws, I don't think they should. I just think that they have to be smarter about it, man. Like, the big thing about Bungie is an embarrassment that is not on the same exact level as Concord, but financially is. Like, that's the thing I want to make clear here is Concord was an embarrassment on Sony's end strictly from like a, I guess the perspective of you just don't understand, like, you don't know what a good live service game is, or you don't know what the market wants, and you have no idea, like, what you should or shouldn't be investing in just in terms of like taste making games, right? Bungie is embarrassing on the other end of that, where what's embarrassing is the amount of money they've spent on this singular studio. It makes Sony look foolish because it's like, you really thought they were worth this? It's like, don't get me wrong, they were probably worth something. Not 3.6 billion. Maybe 1 billion. Even then, that might be pushing it. And that's what I think sucks for Sony in this instance, is it's like, it's hard to fault them for wanting to do live service, because it's just like what you said, Cheese and Chainsaws. The reality of the situation is, yes, the top games, the top 10, like every single year, are live service. They need to continue down. Like, here's what I want to say is, I'm using the word continue because people seem to overlook the fact that Sony does have some successes in live service. They have Gran Turismo, and they have MLB The Show, and now they also have Helldivers 2. And these are very significant games that are pulling in, for PlayStation's first party studios as a whole, pulling in so much of that revenue that if they lost it overnight, it would hurt them a lot. They would feel that. And so Sony does know what it's like to have some, I would say, pretty successful live service games where you are getting all of that money. We have to understand that the problem with the top 10 best performing games on PlayStation every year being purely live service games is that it does make Sony vulnerable. If you think about it, Forza Horizon 6 is already being pirated on Steam. What? How? Have you seen the new AI using a new AI video generator that have taken social media by storm? No. No, I haven't. Helldivers 2 is not in a good state lately. Yeah, I've been seeing some write-ups about that. I'm very thirsty. I don't know why I'm so thirsty. I just don't understand why they haven't tried to do one with their own IP. You think SOCOM would be a no-brainer? I mean, I question that too. I think so much of that is because of market research. I think it's them paying a lot of money for market research to tell them what the people are playing, what the market wants, what they're spending the money on. that on top of, you know, I would say looking back at their own data and being like, SOCOM didn't sell that great and Killzone didn't sell that great. But I just think that's where Sony's like kind of missing it, where it's like, it's a different age, it's a different era. Like starting with a new SOCOM or something like that, it's basically like a new IP. You know, no one, I mean, you'll have the old heads that remember, of course, and they'll be there, but no one's really going to know. Nobody's thinking about it like that. What am I drinking? It's just root beer. Yeah, that's just some root beer. I don't know. I was kind of in the mood for a soda. And I need a little something to perk me up a little bit. It's not doing nothing. I love root beer. Cheese and chainsaws, you're saying 3.4 billion, 1.2 billion of the valuation was employee retention, and 2.4 to 2.5 billion was the IP valuation at the time of their purchase. Stupid acquisition on all fronts. Agreed. Like, dude, it's painful to read that. Like, it's just genuinely painful to read that. Like, that's insane. 2.4 to 2.5 billion IP valuation. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. Sony got played. That's horrible. And the employee retention one is crazy because it's like, I mean, like, I understand why that exists. It's like you want to make sure people don't just leave because they're cashing out. You know, you want to retain the institutional knowledge. You're paying for the people who made it successful. And then it just so happens that, well, you're not going to have to worry about retaining them because you're going to have to lay them off because they're failing. I mean, I don't have it in me to rant right now, you know, and I've ranted enough about Bungie. I've accepted it at this point. It's just a matter of like, I just hope Sony doesn't make any more dumb decisions with Bungie. I think let them try to do what they can do for Marathon. Don't invest too much in it though. Kind of accept that, you know, it's in the state that it's in. And I would say from that point, just let them try to make Destiny 3 and see what you can do from there. You can't make a studio do something they don't want to do anymore. I mean, I don't think it's a good idea to force studios to do something if they don't want to do it, but I think Sony needs to be open to heavily suggesting, and I think more studios need to be open to maybe listening if it's a good suggestion. I love how that cat is just sleeping on the sofa. That's awesome. Sony thought us single player fans would lap up anything they do. The live service games too, really, unfortunately. So you think it's from them being big headed? What is it you're trying to send me to, Tarnished? Bungie seems like a panic buy from Sony. Yeah. And that's why I'm saying, like, I think it's okay if Sony wants to continue to try to have some level of investment in live service. I think that's okay. But they need to be more thoughtful about where in the live service sector they're choosing to invest. You know, how much they're willing to spend. I'm sure they are now. But it just feels like there was so much loss involved, so much nonsense, just so much bad PR, so much missing. You know, all that could have been easily avoided if the people who were making these decisions just had any level of clue and common sense and were in touch at all. I'm just glad though that Sony is in this position. So it serves as a reminder, you know, sobers them up a little bit where it's like, yeah, so let's see, where are you making your money this fiscal year from PlayStation Studios? Oh, that's right, you're single player. Now that maybe they'll make some money from Marvel Tokon, and again, they're still going to making some recurring revenue from Gran Turismo and Helldivers and stuff, and that's great. But it's like, it should truly, and I think it has. I think it's made Sony completely unavoidably aware now that you need to continue to have these tentpole single player games. But this leads me into something else I want to talk about here. See how much longer I can stream for, man. God damn. I am struggling right now. I have to just doing some high steps, Help. I gotta say, I don't know that this feels worse. You're saying sit down. I'm gonna go sit for a minute. Hold on. Bro, what? It's gonna take a breather. Streaming's taking it out of me, man. A couple more treats. Oh my god. All right. Sheesh, man. Monopoly Go is top of the most expensive video games to make officially. It costs $1 billion to make. Genshin Impact second. Bro, what? Monopoly Go? It's crazy if you think about it. Sony purchased Columbia Pictures Entertainment for $3.4 billion. Compare that to Bungie. Oh man, that's nuts. That's nuts. Dude, Sony, yeah, what was Sony thinking, man? What were they thinking? MBG got a panther now? No, do you guys see him peeking over the sofa? You see his ears? Oh, Clark entered the room, so yeah. All right. Check this out. We have a report here. While there's still a lot of people that buy games at full price, waiting for solid deals has become just as normal these days when it comes to new games. With the start of this new generation of consoles, or this generation of consoles, it's not new, prices for big AAA games have gone up, with some titles already reaching around $80, like Mario Kart World. Because of this, many players are becoming more careful about how they spend money, choosing to wait for discounts, subscriptions, or better deals instead of buying games at full price. And it seems there are a lot of hardcore gamers who wait for discounts before shelling out the cash for games. According to a survey done with Cantor and the University of Berkeley in the US, UK, and Australia, 62% of hardcore gamers no longer buy games at full price. The numbers also change a lot depending on age. For example, 38% of millennials and 42% of Gen Z still buy games at full price, while only 20% of Gen X does the same. This shows a clear change in habits and in how people approach gaming today. The game business co-founder Christopher Dring explained the reason behind this, saying there's simply too much content available now. The market has shifted. Consumers are full in terms of things to play, watch, and read. He also said that games often release unfinished or need updates, so players don't feel the need to rush and buy them immediately. The upside is that games are living for longer, and it's not unusual for big games to sell for years or decades. There is a generational shift too. Although I am cautious of drawing too many conclusions here, a lot of the buying and playing habits of older gamers might be due to the fact that they have less time and more money versus younger generations, where the opposite is true. We'll see how that plays out over time. The report also shows differences in how players discover games. Gen X mainly uses Google, millennials prefer YouTube about 85%, and Gen Z mostly social media. Preferences are different too. Gen X prefers single player games, Gen Z prefers multiplayer, and millennials are in between. The way people have also changed, Gen X and millennials often go back to finish or master games, while Gen Z is more interested in new content, customization, and community features. So, what do we think of this, guys? 62%, according to at least this survey, of hardcore gamers. That's the thing, hardcore. Not willing to pay full price. They're waiting. They're waiting. How many of you guys here wait for sales? I mean, I don't buy. Well, yeah, I guess I mainly do buy my games full price, but I'm not buying like a massive amount of games, you know? Depends on the game. Kids don't buy games now. It's all free to play for them. Once the older gamers die out, it's over for traditional gaming. Yeah. But it'll be okay because we'll all be dead. So who cares? You know? That's very true though. Yeah. I mean, I'm not totally surprised by this. I'm a little bit surprised that it's 62%. That's a bit higher than I would have expected. Armani Coleman, you're saying in 007 First Light, I like the hand-to-hand combat. It's like he has some serum, like a super soldier, but more grounded with traversal parry and punches. Hell yeah, Armani. Hell yeah. I can't do hand-to-hand combat in real life right now because I'd probably snap something in my back even worse. But I don't know if I'm going to be playing 007 at launch. I mean, dude, Lego Batman looks really good too. I'm kind of, I don't know. I may end up playing 007. We'll see. I do want to play it at some point, but the hand-to-hand combat, I agree, Armani. It does look very good. Millennials being in between when it comes to single player and multiplayer is very accurate. We're the kids in the PS3 360 era when both arrived. True. And even a little bit before that with the PS2 and the original Xbox. That checks. I'm millennial and I'm picky about my games, and I do like a mix of single player and multiplayer, even though I prefer single player. And I always go back to master my games. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm pretty much the exact same. It's like I do pay full price for my games usually. It's very rare I wait for a sale, and I'm usually like that because I just know what I want. You know what I mean? And I know I want it, and I want it day one, right? So as long as I can afford it, of course, I'll pay for it. And I mean, for me, I struggle. I always struggle to talk about stuff like this because I feel like no matter what, there's a difference with me. Like I have the benefit, no matter what, at the end of the day, of saying like I can always count it as a business expense. What I can say is I was always like this though. So like prior to me doing YouTube, I still operated that way. There, I knew what games I wanted. I was there. You know what I mean? I found a way. I always found a way. I do like to go back and master my games, or I usually try to. That's with me like trying to platinum stuff, but I do like multiplayer as well. So yeah, I'm a millennial. I don't think I'm an elder millennial. I think I'm just a millennial. I was born in 1993, so it does check out. It checks out. So many games on the backlog. Usually don't mind waiting. Might catch a sale for a game and I'll play it later or buy on Amazon. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I think the backlog does kind of line up, or it builds up. And I think that just naturally makes it easier to kind of wait. We're young millennials, MBG. Lunch money or trade-ins at GameStop. Dude, the trade-ins at GameStop, yeah, I was bad with that back in the day. I'm a millennial. You always research games before you buy them. 133 platinums in. Well, yeah, man. I think the fact that you platinum games, it's the same for me. It's like you want to know what you're getting yourself into. Because if you're a completionist, one of the worst feelings is buying a game and just being like, oh, this sucks. Like, I don't want to do this. I'm not liking this game. So it's like, there's like levels to it. You buy a game. Oh, Gen Z starts at year 1996. Okay, I didn't know that. Well, it's like you buy a game and you go in assuming you're going to like it, and you go in assuming you're going to complete it. You go in, you find out it's going to be really hard to complete. Pain in the ass, that can be annoying. You also find out you might not like it as much. Oof. Double whammy. Why me? You're saying, will Sony sell 10 to 15 million anymore? Are you talking about games? Like 10 to 15 million copies of games? Well, you're almost getting into a conversation there where it's like, how much is Sony's business model going to change? I mean, the business model you would assume going into the PS6 is they're going to try to sell just as many units of the PS6 as they have the PS5 and the PS4. And with that, with their big tentpole single player games, they want to strive to sell between 8 to 15 million copies. Hopefully they can grow it, but I don't know. I mean, we are looking at a point where, I'm sure we're going to have plenty of conversation. God, man, I'm going to try my best in the coming days and weeks, man. I'm going to try my best to hold it together because it is so hard. Like, I can't think straight, man. I appreciate you guys bearing with me. I'm trying so hard. God damn, like, I didn't realize how difficult it's not difficult, but like it requires so much concentration to really think thoughts, like to really focus. And it's so hard to do that because like there's other things I want to talk about, but I'm like, dude, the pain is it's getting to a point. I don't know how much further I can push it. God, this is so fucking annoying. Like, it's so discouraging, man. It's genuinely like pissing me off where it's like, come on, bro. Come on. I might have to just, I don't know. I'm a fool that mainly buys games at full price, but it makes so much sense to wait. I think people have caught on to that. If you wait a few months, you get a better and cheaper game. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't consider you foolish. I think it just depends on, it's as long as you know for sure, I think the only time you could maybe feel foolish is if you're unsure and you still take that plunge anyway. Must get tiring standing up with the pain. Well, that's the thing. Like, I don't know. I'm considering. Here, I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna see if this. The whole reason I decided to stand up was because I couldn't sit on the chair. But let me see. Hopefully this fucking desk doesn't fall apart when I go to do this. Oh. Ah. Cool. Oh my God. Dude, it's like harder to sit down. Hold on. All right. Zero pain relief, bro. Oh my God. Zero pain relief. This is how you know you're dealing with nerve issues. I got bad hemorrhoids. No, I would take that. I would take that over this, bro. This fucking nerve pain, man. I mean, I will say it feels good to sit down a little bit and relax. Like my other muscles are like, whew. But the pain, the pain. I feel like I'm fucking turning into a goddamn Metal Gear Solid 3 boss. Help. All right. This is good, though. This is good. Do you think the PS5 is going to beat the PS4? Um, I mean, I'm gonna say honestly, no. It's not all meant, dude. I wish it was all mental. I wish. No, I don't think the PS5 is going to beat the PS4, and the main reason for that is the pricing of it. I think the pricing of the PS5, it will still sell, I think, modestly well in the final years, the final year and a half or so leading into um the PS6. But I don't, if you think like the PS4 topped out at like 117 million at what? Did it go down to like $250 at one point? Practically $200 for the PS4? Or, maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe it was still 300, but either way, you compare that to where we are now. The PS5 is $650. So it is a situation where some very specific things would have to occur, I think, in order for the PS5 to surpass the PS4. And one of those things would have to be at some point the price just plummeting, where like something happens where Sony can just drop the price of the PS5 to 300 to $350. And then there we go, But I do think it'll pass 100 million for sure. But I think what I see most likely happening is, I mean, I think the most likely scenario is that maybe it hits like 105, 107, and then it just stops. It just stops, where it's like, there's the limit. Like, that's the absolute limit of how far you could take it. But who knows? Like, it could be soon. Like, I mean, let's be honest, man. I don't necessarily think Sony will struggle to get 100 million. They're at 93.7. So they need about like 6.5 million to hit 100 million sold. I think that GTA 6 basically ensures that will happen. That with Wolverine, and if you assume 2027 closes strong with games like Intergalactic and it's good, and the Faye game, then yeah, I think they'll hit 100 million. Sure. I guess there just is the possibility of a scenario where it's like, that's kind of it. You hit like 101, 102, 103, and that's it. That's the wall. That's the limit. Nobody at this point, people are either going to wait for the PS6 if they're even thinking about upgrading, or they're just not. You just lost them. They're priced out now. And that's why I feel like, this is, we've talked about it quite a bit, but you have to wonder like where the handheld sits in all of this. Because the handheld, to me, I still view that as the wild card in all of it. Where this isn't a matter of people upgrading or not upgrading. It's just a matter of, it's a new dedicated piece of hardware from PlayStation that's not a home console. That's not something that's ultra niche like a VR headset. It's a handheld. And I think if the price point is right and the performance is right, that could do something significant for Sony, where it's not necessarily just about how many. It's not just about, like, it takes some of the pressure off the home console, is what I'm trying to say. Vlund, you're saying can't believe Nintendo's doing a price increase. Yeah, I didn't even talk about that on the stream, but yeah, what is there to even say? But Vlund, you're saying you can't believe it. Why can't you believe it? I fully anticipated it. Oh, my chair's stuck like this. Hold on one sec. Oh, God. I feel like I'm going to fall. Could you imagine if I fell back and get even more fucked up? I feel like everybody was anticipating that Nintendo was going to announce a price increase. What's interesting to me about it, and a little bit strange, is they're giving you till September 1st. What's up with that? They're like basically giving you months. You're saying they just waited to hit their 19 million sales goal? Is Sony going to stop making PS5s when the PS6 releases? Look at what Nintendo is doing. They still sell the Switch One. I don't know. That's a good question. We have no idea as of right now what Sony's approach is going to be for next gen with things like cross-gen and mainly just getting an idea of the role the PS5 will play going into next gen. I think the assumption is that it will play a vital role, but just how vital, how prevalent, how relevant Sony will keep the PS5 is hard to say. Because it could go both ways. They could get aggressive and be like, we really want to get people away from the PS5 as quickly as possible. That's one possibility. The other possibility is, we're going to treat the PS5 like it's pretty much just as important as the PS6. That, to me, is more likely. You were lucky in the old days because your friend had all the systems and games and you just played them at his house. Because they want people to buy the first-party games they're dropping in the summer and to announce the Zelda remake at the June Direct. MBG, the CEO of Nintendo, apologized in a statement to fans, I'm pretty sure yesterday or something. What? We are so sorry. Fuck you, give us your money. Oh, man, what? I mean, at least they're apologizing, What was that? I don't know what that was, Hanzo. I don't know what that was. What was that? I had something in my throat. Yeah, I don't know. I've had this weird cough past couple days. Phlegm. It makes me talk a little weird, It makes me talk a little weird. Sorry. Jake, you're saying check your emails. Let me see. Guerrilla Games co-founder and Epic veteran building a European alternative to Unreal Engine. Arjun Bruce. I don't know if I said his name correctly. He's an industry veteran who programmed Epic's Jazz Jackrabbit games in the 90s before co-founding and leading production at Guerrilla Games in 2003. No one is currently making an engine that is fully European hosted, built by Europeans, and complies with European rules and guidelines. Interesting. Yeah, it's pretty random. Huh. What else? Resident Evil Requiem developers say this is why Ada isn't in the game. Huh. Game director and producer sat down to discuss Resident Evil Requiem. Explained that various character names came up while they were developing the game, and that while bringing the story to life, there weren't any scenes where it was necessary for Ada to appear. Huh. We are satisfied with how Leon and Grace's story turned out. Or they were so satisfied with it that they ultimately left Ada out. In addition to impacting the narrative, it's likely the developers only wanted 2 characters to be playable. I mean, isn't she supposed to show up in a DLC, though? Right? I'm pretty sure. Or there's like heavy rumors. I'd be surprised if she didn't show up in a DLC at all. No, yeah, that's not no, cheese and chainsaws. That's not what I was doing, bro. I had something in my I had something in my throat, dude. I don't know. Cat hair, some shit. I don't know. All right, where are we at here? Where are we at? Did I? Okay, there was one other top. I knew there was one other thing we had to discuss. So I have a report here from Push Square. It says an astonishing 85% of PS5 and PS4 games were purchased digitally in Sony's most recent financial quarter, which covered the 3-month period ending March 31st. That means the average for the financial year as a whole tallied 78%, an increase of 2% year over year and a record high for Sony. Digital sales represented just 19% a decade ago and got their biggest jump during 2020 when the pandemic helped push them up to 65%. They've been steadily rising ever since. It's worth noting that while physical games represent 22% of PS5 and PS4 software sales in the previous financial year, this still works out to around 70 million boxed games, which is not an insignificant number. Considering the sheer size of this addressable market and the fact PlayStation still commands a global audience where some customers may not have access to high-speed internet, it means the PS6 will likely still offer physical media. So, yeah, I just wanted to take a moment to go over this because I know a lot of you guys still like to buy your games physically, as do I. MBG, it turns out that all the video game companies and studios that you like have been using generative AI in a lot of stuff, from hastening workloads to a few assets generated via AI. Tarnished, I'm shocked. Let me go make a rage bait video on that now. They lied. They deceived. They thought we were stupid. Like, come on, bro. Do people really... People need to get a grip. Of course they're all using Gen AI. Like, they're all using AI, period. AI and digital are here to take over. Not digital. AI, fine. Not digital. I mean, I will say, though, looking at these numbers, I feel like 22% of all of Sony's game sales being physical is still pretty consequential. I do feel that way. Like, that's almost a quarter of their entire sales. So it is true that, digital is continuing to grow, and it is slowly but surely taking over. But I do think that, to me, it at least is reassuring in the sense that PS6 is going to have physical. Good luck putting a disc in your PS6 handheld. Watch Sony convert me with the PlayStation handheld. I'll be like, yeah, you know what? Maybe I will go digital now. I don't know. I mean, that it does seem like in order for you to benefit from the PlayStation handheld, you do need to be a digital buyer. I think that's really gonna, because I don't see how it could work any other way. You know what I mean? How could it work any other way? Xbox is pushing hard for the Play Anywhere for digital. Yeah, and I mean, like, I totally understand. My view of Microsoft is they're done with physical games. Like, I think they will still have some physical, but I think they're done with it. Push Square made like 5 articles on the AI in the past week. What happened to the ROG Ally X thing? We have a super chat from Vlund. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, guys, I do want to say, too, I think we're going to wrap it up here in about 9 minutes or so. So we hit 50 members on the day, which is awesome. I can't, like, drum or anything, unfortunately. God, I'm just getting depressed at this point. But yeah, we hit 50 members on the day. Thank you so much for that. If you want to drop any more support, if you want to contribute to that member goal, if you guys want to get another member train going before we wrap up here today, you have 9 minutes to do so. Feel free to do so. I definitely have some lost time to make up for. We don't have to do it today, but just in the coming weeks, you know, I'm trying real hard not to miss any more streams, dude. Like, I was like panicking this morning because I'm like, dude, I don't know how I'm gonna stream, and I just had to hope that I would be able to hold out. But if you want to drop any more support, do it now, because we're gonna be wrapping up soon. Vlond, you're saying hopefully PS6 isn't scalped like the PS5 was at launch, which one sold for nearly 11K in Australia. Oh my, who would pay that? Games are usually broken at launch. I wait to buy. I don't think the PS6 will be scalped. Unless Sony does something truly stupid where they, like, purposely try to, you know, under-deliver with the amount of units. I don't see why they would do that, but I don't think that's going to be a problem. I think the scalping issue truly was just a product of the pandemic and the component shortage, because there was never supposed to be a component shortage, never to that degree. It basically created the perfect storm for that situation. Scalping isn't going to be a thing with the PS6. The only thing I could see happening with the PS6 is, again, I think the big thorn in the PS6's side potentially is just the price, where it's like you're going to be paying prices that you would have been paying for a scalped PS5 for a PS6. You know? Moore's Law is Dead said Microsoft's energy savings features will benefit PlayStation fans. Huh. That's random. That Xbox handheld was going to change everything. Not heard anything about it for ages. MBG, did you check out the black plates I recently bought for my PS5 Pro? It looks so fire. I hope Sony one day makes official plates. I'm shocked they haven't. I did see that, by the way, Wicked. Yeah, it does look very good. Yeah, I've been on the Discord a couple times. There will be a limited amount at launch, so I expect them to be scalped. There better not be. There fucking better not be. Sony's got no excuse, dude. Forza Horizon 6 being leaked has confirmed the game has cars in it. Holy shit. What? I ain't buying that shit. I knew there was going to be some woke nonsense in it. Fucking put cars in that game? Oh my god. Get out of here. I have to fight scalpers for the PS6 plus a disc drive then. Dude, the disc drive is, oh my god, that's going to get scalped. Yo, don't, come on, man. Sony, don't, listen. One of the biggest things Sony could fuck up with the PlayStation 6, in my opinion, is they somehow make it difficult for people to get their hands on one. There's no excuse, dude. Like, people should be able to, at the very least, go to PlayStation Direct and get whatever they want and check out, and there you go. Have a great day. Thank you for shopping at PlayStation. Like, there's no excuse. There is no excuse at this point, man. Fable has cars in it too. Let's see. Capcom Insider that's trusted by Dust Golem details the upcoming Capcom games. Devil May Cry remake. Devil May Cry 1 remake is in development. Claire Redfield is expected to be the protagonist in Resident Evil 10. Resident Evil 0 remake and RE10 will use the Rex engine. Ada Wong is in Resident Evil 9 DLC. And there will be more than one story DLC. They're doing Resident Evil 0 remake, Resident Evil Code Veronica remake, an Resident Evil 1 remake. Gee, oh my God. Well, goddamn, all of Capcom's plans just leaked. Shit, dude. Disk drive, $500 easy. I'm going to try and buy them up for sure. All the physical weirdos can overpay. Hey. Gotta hook me up, though. Physical weirdos. I do feel like a weirdo. You know what? It does start to feel like that as time goes on, though. Like, you know, you start to feel like, man, I'm kind of weird. You know, like, why are you buying a physical video game, you freak? What is there something wrong with you, boy? We got, but it looks so nice. It looks so cool, though. It just looks so nice, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Guys, by the way, as we're about to wrap this up in 2 minutes, as we're about to wrap it up, please hit that like button. We're sitting at 171 likes. Can we get a big push? I don't know if we can. We could try. Can we hit 200 likes before we wrap it up? Can we do it? We're close. We need 29. We need 29 people here who haven't liked the stream already to hit the like button. I think we can. It's okay if we can't, though. I appreciate any likes we get. Take into account what Sony said about the memory shortages and not knowing the price and release date. Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, that's true, too. I mean, there is a kind of a RAM shortage. I feel like that's died down a lot, though, man. You know? Like, I think that, like, was a much bigger deal. And now it's starting to kind of chill. Let's scalp them disk drives. Only grandparents use discs. I should make that a shirt, dude. Or a mug, or both. Only grandparents use discs. Sony should just charge $2K for the PS6 and make money off of it. They're gonna take the Microsoft route. Dude, hold on. Let me complain about Xbox fans for a second again. There we go. I need my stim shot. So like, where is it? Will you be playing GTA 6 on the base PS5, the PS5 Pro, Xbox Series X or S? You got a lot, like, you got all these people that follow me. Where is it? I know it's here somewhere. It'll show me the rage bait any other time. When I'm looking for the rage bait, it doesn't appear. Why does it do that to me? Yeah, I can't find it. Never mind. Damn it. I can't even complain. I've got the Series S. I just need a good gaming monitor by August and I'm all set. That's crazy. I mean, hey. Probably wait for... Hey. Psst. Hey, what are you doing in there? Man, I unfollowed everything on Twitter. Guys, I unfollowed everything on Twitter and now I don't get angry at anything anymore. Maybe next time, Tarnished. Maybe next time. Nintendo promises a great gaming lineup. Why bother if it's rage bait? I don't know, man. Because anger is more useful than despair, and right now I'm just feeling despair because of my pain. God damn. Let me get angry at something. I don't even care what it is. Help. You got Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga for £8 off of eBay on disc. A Switch 2 version of GTA 6 is going to be crazy. I think they'll do it eventually. Eventually. They're wizards. They'll figure it out. But it's going to run at like 5 frames per second. All right. All right, let me go to the For You section on Twitter and see if it... literally the first thing I see. Your consciousness can jump through time, meaning gut feelings are memories from the future, physicists reveal. I love how it's just saying that. It's not elaborating. It's not citing anything. It's just saying physicists prove this shit. Oh my God, is that true though? What if that is true? All right, if that's true, then what's my gut telling me? What's my gut feeling? All right, guys, ask me some questions, and I'll try to go with my gut feeling. That's the first thing it shows me. There's actual physics behind this. The brain doesn't process the present moment in real time. Everything you experience as now is already 80 milliseconds in the past. Oh, fuck. What? You're always living slightly behind reality. Your brain compensates by predicting what comes next constantly. You are never experiencing the present. You are experiencing your brain's best guess at it. That makes this existence sound like hell. What? Was Jesus a Scientologist? No comment. I'm not gonna go with my gut on that one. Come on, ask me normal questions. Well, that's the first thing it showed me. I was hoping it would show me some console war stuff. No console war stuff though. All right. Well, damn. All right, if there's no console war stuff, man, there's nothing. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait. 6 hours ago, IGN gets community noted. Microsoft will further discuss its next-gen Xbox console plans today with an introduction for Project Helix slated to headline the first Xbox Game Dev Update show. The community note says Xbox Game Dev Update show referenced occurred on May 7th as a recap of the GDC announcements with no new Project Helix details. Holy shit. Bro, what happened to IGN that they're getting something like that wrong? That's wild. Question, is Project Helix more smoke and mirrors again? Yes. My gut tells me yes. There you go. Keep it coming. Is the Xbox superior to PlayStation or just better than it? No. Just no. Xbox better. My Xbox. Oh, man. Blund with the $2 super chat says, because it's a tablet without even YouTube app support. Wait, it doesn't have YouTube? There's no way. You're telling me the Switch 2 doesn't even have YouTube? I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but that just sounds crazy in 2026. MBG, I'm obsessed with that song you played on stream. I've been listening to it all the songs. Wait, which I don't remember which song. Xbox butter. MBG, technically, in modern physics, time is dictated by light transport. So there's an infinitesimally short lag between you and your fingers. You know, oh God, if Rich Rod was still a member, you would have good energy for the war. We'll see what happens. Yeah, wait, why isn't he still a member? He ain't going to be a mod, but he could be a member. Infinitesimally. Oh, man. Do you guys love me? Do you? Do you think Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra will launch this year? No. My gut says no. I'm one with the future. I'm ask me questions about PlayStation and I'll nail them. Do rapid fire here. All right, let's see what else. I asked you guys to ask me questions and then I just walk away. I didn't walk away, but I just like go to a different tab and I'm like, all right, let me find something here. State of play before Summer Game Fest? Yes. Do you think it's possible the PlayStation 6 could be $1,000? No. Do you think we will have a PlayStation showcase or state of play this month? Yes. Indeed. PS6 needs to be at least $1,500 to not look cheap. $1,500. Yeah, when I said it won't be $1,000, I didn't mean it would be cheaper than that. Gear of War sponsored by WWE. Wait, what? Can't believe you avoided my question, Smurf. Wait. Your question didn't show up, Smurf. Literally all I see is you. The last thing you said is yes. Hold on, let me see if it Smurf, you messing with me? I feel like you're messing with me. Because it's not showing me a question. Damn. What are my expectations for Intergalactic? I think it'll be a good game. I think it'll have some drama around it. Some of it, maybe some of it could be warranted, but most of it'll probably just be nonsense. So wait, I want to know something real quick. You know what? Maybe I do need to just become a drama channel, man. Maybe that's what I need in my life. Maybe that'll help distract from the pain. What's this drama going on with this game? Shit, I don't even know what the game's called. WWE is advertising Gears of War. Oh, is it? I mean, that makes sense. That seems like the place. What the hell is this game called? I can't even remember the name of it. Billie Jean, but it's 10,000 times slower. Okay. Okay. Dude, what the fuck is Twitter? Like, there's a post of the song Billie Jean, Michael Jackson's Billie Jean, but it's 10,000 times slower. It's a 6-hour video. What are we doing? Oh my God. What are we doing, man? Mixtape. No, I talked enough about Saros. All right, let me see. Mixtape. What's the drama around mixtape? Trying to understand the mixtape discourse. What exactly is the issue? People are mad that they don't connect with a game that wasn't made for them. The issue with most gamers is that they think the game should be targeted toward them, and if it's not, they lose their mind. The right-wing incel culture warriors are saying this game is woke. That's why it's getting good reviews. That's literally it. Oh, so new day, same shit. Is that really it? Wait, there really isn't more to it? I mean, there's got to be more to it. Did those all get so many 10s because of some gay characters, or does that only apply to mixtape? Oh, wait, are there gay characters? I think I remember seeing this game shown off. I got the damn gays again in my games. Tired of it. Why are they making everything so gay all the time? I just want to start playing characters, dude. Like, I just feel like I can't take anything on the internet seriously anymore. Am I getting the Black Flag remake? Probably not. Asmongold was bashing mixtape because he's offended by anything with feelings. Why is that funny? I don't know anything about it. I don't know. I should play this game for myself and see. It's basically a made for Reddit game. All right, I gotta go check it out now, man. Hold on, I'm gonna go. Let me. Hold on. Well, Clark, get out of here. Get out. Does this game have Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm just trying to find. For once, I just want to see for myself here. I'm not gonna watch the whole thing. It's like a couple hours long, but I'll bring it up. Oh God, I'm gonna have to keep the screen pretty small. All right, let's see. Gate. Wait. Do they play? I'm gonna immediately get copyrighted, aren't I? Watch the tongue scene. Wait, what? Wait. What do you mean tongue scene? Now that sounds. What's going on there? Something don't sound right there. If they play real music, I'm gonna have to mute it while they're playing real music. Dude, you know what's funny about seeing this though? Like this CD player, the Walkman. I remember when I used to go skateboarding. This is literally what I would do. I'd have this big ass Walkman. Shove it in my cargo pants. All right, I'm gonna mute it. It's not playing the whole time, right? Oh shit. Sony sponsored this shit. Wait, so like is there
You'll be listening to who you were.
That's weird. I thought there was music playing.
Tonight's playlist is important. It's a retrospective, greatest hits to accompany our last night together in the Big Suck. A milestone like this requires preparation, a schedule. One must think ahead to experience the now. These are the last hours of our high school affair. It's romantic. I want to say something lighthearted, so I say, I bet one of us dies this time.
Devo.
Oh, going.
Whoa! I think they muted the music already. Yeah. I was like very confused. Dude, it's so weird. I'm like, something's not right here. This is Scirocco. They already muted it. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of cool.
You almost ate it!
Dude, like, I don't know, I like the graphical style, I like the skating. This takes me back, bro. This was literally me. Although I wasn't a girl.
Share the road, airhead!
Okay, I wasn't saying shit like that, though. I was doing pop shove-its. While going dangerously fast. While wearing a Walkman. So, is this game based on that? Yeah. I mean, if you look at the shape of the skateboard, too. I never skated on a board like that, though. This is so awkward without music. Like, dude, you can so tell this needs music.
And another car!
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 They're just yelling car. Car! God, fucking car! Yeah, it has to take place in the 90s. President Harry Truman. What? You went skating while listening to your Walkman. It was amazing. Yeah, dude, I remember I would have this black Sony Walkman.
Get it!
This shitty pair of headphones. And I would always, the CD that I had in there the most was Appetite for Destruction by Guns N' Roses. It's just one long downhill skate. Fast forward to the tongue scene. What is the tongue scene? Hold on. When is the tongue scene? How would I know? Can you give me a timestamp?
Treachery! Subterfuge!
Grab on! We'll take you over the bridge!
You giddy bitch! Tonight, we're invited to Camille Cole's beach party. It's the tits.
Bro, why did that look
it's
just
the
like
jam.
PUBG's bridge?
Everyone's gonna be there. College kids, rich kids, athletes, horse girls, skaters. It's teenage high society. Right now, we have no booze, but we do have some leads. We'll start at my house, then on to Cassandra's, pre-drinks at our secret hideout, then arrive beachside at 9:45 p.m. It could be one of our greatest hits.
Dude, oh man. I mean, I don't know. it's I guess it's fine. Like the way she's talking, it sounds so like. Bit much.
Was that Kyle driving?
Yeah.
All right, where's the tongue
Thought
scene?
he was playing football at
It's just 3
Colorado.
hours of this.
Maybe he's going to the party.
I'll skip ahead.
It's a maybe.
Be there. Nice to see you.
God, I hate Jenny fucking Goodspeed. I mean, the morning she leaves for college, the map appears.
Okay. But
I mean, I don't know. It doesn't look like horrible or anything.
I'll choose the place.
Dude, okay, you guys here keep saying go to the tongue scene, but like what?
When did this place close?
Like,
Just
5
move
or
the
6
slider
years
so you
ago
see
now.
2 huge tongues. Oh god. Wait, what?
I remember coming here.
You think anyone's around, like guarding the place?
Brenton Cole and his brothers got in and said there's a guard, but he just sits in a booth watching hockey replays, super wasted.
That's bullshit. There's no one here.
Then why are the lights on?
Because it's cheaper than paying a guard.
Were they in a movie store?
It's the 30s. They have, what were those movies?
Come on, man.
I can't find the tongue scene.
No,
bro.
no, no, no.
Are you sure? I think you guys
No.
are messing with me. There's no.
No
Tongue
time
scene.
for movies. Need.
I'll just look it up. I don't even know what I'm doing at this point, to be honest. Just tape. Oh, okay. Dude, what? Wait, what? The fuck? Okay, yeah. That's weird. I did see this pop up on my feed. I had no idea what it was, so I had no idea it had to do with this game mixtape. So it's like 2 really zoomed in tongues, like making you like control them. Oh my god, that's so fucking weird. That's okay. There's something. See it, bro. There's something wrong with that. That is not okay. The sounds, bro. I don't even want to show it. It's just unsettling. That is disgusting. All right, well, I mean, I guess, I don't know, whatever. That's how you know the Aussies made it. You want that game now? I want that game. I want that tongue game. It's funny seeing the incels upset at this game on X. I mean, I don't know, man. It doesn't seem that bad. I mean, that tongue scene's really weird, though. Holy shit, that's weird. I'm not gonna lie about that. That's very off-putting. I don't like. Is it supposed to be funny? Maybe like that's the thing. I don't know if it's meant to be taken seriously, but yeah. All right. Well, here we go. Sorry, I'm sorry, Carl. I'm sorry. Play the tongue scene. Is it 2 women though asking for a friend? I don't know. It's like zoomed in to a point where it's like the inside of 2 mouths and you see the teeth on either side and the tongues and you're like controlling the tongue. It's so fucking weird. It's so weird. I guess it's funny. If it's supposed to be funny in the context, seeing it out of context is very off-putting. But yeah, the game seems fine. I mean, it's crazy though. A 10 out of 10? Is it a 10 out of 10? I don't know. All right. Well, guys, I think this is going to wrap up today's stream. I went a little bit longer than I'd planned, but I guess I didn't really mind because I'm sitting back a little bit and a little bit more relaxed. So, yeah, before I head out, I do want to I know, right? Sounds crazy. I do want to thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I want to give a big thank you and shout out to everybody who showed support. If you dropped any member gifts, super chats, direct donations, really appreciate the support. I can only do what I do here because you make it possible. And I also want to make sure to give a shout out to Devil Shooter, who does the timestamps for the streams. If you guys see Devil Shooter in the comments with those timestamps, give him some thanks. Show him some love. I know he appreciates it. Devil Shooter, thank you for what you do. And yeah, that's going to do it, guys. Hit that like button on your way out. We're at 185 likes, so very close to 200. And we should be back here tomorrow. All right. I'm hoping I'll feel a little bit better tomorrow. I'm hoping from this point forward, I start to feel better each day. It's hard to say. I've been, thinking that for like 2 weeks now, and I'm not feeling better. So we'll just have to take it day by day. But all right, guys, enjoy the rest of your day, evening, or night, and I will catch you in the next one. Until then, take care, guys.